Hi, Heather. Oct216. Do I stream on a desktop? No. Paper seatbelt. How are you, honey? Good to see ya. Paper seatbelt. How are you, honey? Good to see ya. Streamception for you all. Okay. Cash app's up. Streams are on. My girls are here. How are you guys? I'm good. Cheers to you. Hello, YouTube. Happy, what is it? Is it Wednesday? I don't even know. Oh no, this is terrible news, Paper Seatbelt. Shit. Paper Seatbelt says she is not good, and her man's dad is having open heart surgery soon. Oh no, like soon like today, or soon like in the upcoming future? It is a shitty Wednesday. I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that, and I'm sorry that your man is going through that. Give him a big hug for me. It sucks. And I will send all my angels and all the sparkles, and I'll send Tiny Mug of them over. Okay? It's the best I can do. Oh, today or Thursday. Ugh. Well, I remember when I was like 14, and I was younger, and my grandpa had open heart surgery, and it was a big deal. And I remember the whole family gathering around at the hospital, and blah, 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 and the whole thing, and everybody thought he was going to die, and this and that. And he did fine. And he lived like another 30, 40 years. So that is my experience with open heart surgery. So it will be a rough one. It will be a tough one. A lot of healing is involved. And hopefully he has good doctors. Do you know what I'm saying? But if they do it right, and it gets done right, and it gets done in time, then he will be good to go. And he will be good as new. So I pray that that is going to happen for him. Okay? Yeah, you're nervous. I bet you're nervous. Wonder what you do for your nerves. Do you meditate? Or do you just smoke weed? Because I just smoke weed. I'm not a type of person that can meditate. You guys might think I'm like, you know, I'm always doing this, and I'm always talking about praying and spirituality. But here's the thing about me. I'm so like mentally ill and crazy in my mind that I can't meditate. I've never been able to meditate. The first thing you do when people tell you to calm down or release your anxiety is meditate. I can't do it because my mind is just going. So if you can meditate, I know that's the best thing for you. If you can't, take a gummy, smoke some weed, take a bubble bath. Oh, that's right, you take Klonopins. Well, that will help. You need nothing else then, ma'am. You're good to go. Hi, Josh. Good to see you in chat. How are you? Show us the titties. Well, we're back to YouTube, aren't we? Mike came in, take a gummy, smoke some weed. This is my answer for everything. If you come to Dr. Jennifer, this is going to be my answers. Paper Seatbelt says, how am I doing? I'm doing so much better. You know, the chaos wore off. The shock wore off. The grief hasn't worn off, or the sorrow, but the releasing of the primal gluttering crying has ended. I don't think there's a tear left in my body. I think if you asked me to cry right now, I could not. So, I am glad I shared that with you guys. I know it was probably hard for you guys to watch, but it helped me a great deal. I document my life, I show my life, and I'm not that girl who's always going to be like, oh well. I'm not here to play a game with you guys. If I'm feeling down, if my dog dies, you're going to see that grief. If I'm in a good mood and I'm spinning around, you're going to see that too. So I did show you my grief this last week. It wasn't even a question if I was going to do that or not. I've had a couple people come over in my comments and be like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself playing for the camera. Ain't nobody playing for no camera. What you guys witnessed was raw, primal grief. And I'm not embarrassed to show it to you. It's part of my life, and that's what I'm documenting. Did I do that for numbers or subscriptions? Absolutely not. I have quite enough of those, and you know it. And the people that said that, I deleted from my page through comments, and they can go watch someone else. If I'm grieving, I'm going to show you me grieving, you guys. So I'm doing a lot better. I feel like I got a lot of that out. I know that Muggsy has gotten to where he needs to go, and I know he doesn't want me to, sit here and cry about him all day, and I'm not going to do that. This is a process. I'm not going to be spinning on camera today either, I don't think. I might give you a spin, but, this is a process. It's going to take me a little time to get back to where I was, and grieving is a process, and mourning and loss is a process. Look, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. I am glad Mugamoo went, because he was taking too long. Don't call me right now in the middle of the stream. He was taking too long, and I knew that the longer he fought, the harder it was going to be for him when he went. He was going to have a harder seizure. He was going to have a harder time crossing over, and that is what happened. A lot of the people in the world would put their dogs down. I wasn't going to do that because his quality of life when he was up was so much. I wasn't going to take that from him. I was going to take him on a good day, take him to the vet, have him, that's ridiculous. So we did wait till the right moment. I don't have any regrets about the way anything happened. I was very upset about the violence of his death, and I kept talking to you guys about that, but since then Skip has talked to me a lot about that, and Skip doesn't believe his death was violent. He doesn't believe that the universe made Muggsy have a violent death. Skippy thinks, and he reframed this for me, that Muggsy could have gone in 1 second, but that was Muggsy fighting so hard to stay with us. So that was my tiny little soldier, and I think Skip's right. So I give him props where props is due. I only have a couple more videos that I'm going to make and show for you guys in regards to Mugamoo. I want to show you the last video of the three of them together here. I made one video of him as a little angel again. And then, we probably got to stop. I do watch people on the TikTok who, a year later are posting their dead dog. And, I'm not that girl, and Muggsy doesn't want me to be that girl. I need to put my energy into Baxter and Killer and other things. So now is that time for me to do that. But it's a little bit of a transition. So expect a couple more videos today. Then I got a funny one that I made for you guys. And then I might throw up a couple throwbacks of Muggsy just to make you guys laugh that are so cute and funny. And then we're just going to go on with regular programming. I mean, the mourning and the grief is short term. We ain't going to hold on to that. We're going to try to move on, have a higher vibration, and deal with that differently. So thank you for asking, Paper Seatbelt. I think I'm doing a lot better. But you know what? I had to sit in it, and I had to feel it for a long time before I could let it go. And I want to thank you guys for being there for me. Most live streamers would sob off stream. Me, I sob on stream, and I don't do it for attention. I don't do it for numbers. I do it because I'm documenting my life. And I do it because, honestly, I needed the support, and you guys gave it to me. And you guys loved Muggsy, and you knew Muggsy, and I think you were also hurting as well. So, thank you. Just thank you. You used to cry on YouTube? I don't think there's anything wrong with crying on YouTube. You'll see me cry again. It's who I am. I'm an emotional girl. Either I am pissed as fuck, I am happy as fuck, or I'm sad as fuck. You know, or I'm wiling out. You know, you're gonna see it all with me, and I'm not gonna hide it, you guys. Hi, Miss Chokes on Dick. Good to see you in chat. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. Hi, Eagle990. Thank you. I got all your comments, Eagle, and thank you so much for your sweet comments. I appreciate them so much. Brad says, who's Muggsy? Welcome to chat, Brad. Muggsy was the star of this channel. I started this channel, and pretty much the star of the show was my 25-year-old Chihuahua, Muggsy. He had fans. He had clippers. He had reaction channels. He had haters. And he was a wonderful little creature on this planet. So if you didn't know Muggsy, you might want to go back on my channel and check him out. I did make some tribute videos about him this week. Hi, Rage69. Nice to meet you. 25. Yes, indeed. In human years. He was 25 years old. So I had had him for 16 years. So you can imagine if you've had a dog for 16 years, and I adopted him, he was already elderly. He was already 9 when I adopted him. So it was a big deal, you know. And he wasn't a regular dog. They call that a soul dog. You know, it's like a soulmate. I call it a soulmate. Thank you, Edward. And thank you, Miss Chokes on Dick. It is sad, but you know, he needed to go. It was his time. It was his time a year ago. I don't know if you guys realize this, but I've been putting up some old videos of Muggsy. Muggsy started being in hospice at 23. Okay? At 23, Muggsy started having severe seizures. And we put him on hospice drugs. Our vet thought he wouldn't last more than 6 months. 3 months to 6 months is what he was given at 23 years old. And he lived to be 25. So bless him. He fought so hard. He had such a good life. He loved living here with me and Skip. He had the best time. He never got in trouble. He never did anything wrong. He was so self-aware and so smart and so humanized. He seriously was a little angel in a little dog outfit. You ever hear that story about how Jesus... it's a Christian story, how the homeless man went into the church and everybody said, get out of the church, you homeless man, and it turned out that was Jesus. Well, I always think of that story because I think Muggsy was an angel. Muggsy was a little angel in dog's clothes in that dog shelter. And I mean it. You know, he never did anything wrong. He knew everything I ever said to him. He was so smart. He was so aware. I think he was put here to help me. Believe that or not. Hi, Dixie Ray. Wilson, you want me to speak Polish? I don't know any Polish. I'm trying to think of one word. What are those little donuts we eat? Patskis. 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 That's all I got for you.
Go ahead. Make the first move.
Nahamid, Nahajnun Vahamid.
Fitness near you and get your first month free. Deal ends February 13th. Who says the most luxurious?
Yeah, Paper Seatbelt. Paper Seatbelt says it makes me happy. I put Babe down before it got bad. Yeah. So you did the right thing. I couldn't do that. And Muggsy asked me not to do that. He didn't want to go that way. So everybody has their different way, right? I wish it had been that way with Muggsy, so the end would have been a little easier on him. But from what Skip tells me, Skip says Muggsy didn't feel that. Skip said all Muggsy felt at the end was us looking at him, us talking to him, and him fighting for us to be with us. Skip doesn't believe he felt pain, so I'm going to sit with that. NFL listener, you're a dinosaur. Oh my God, USA 505. Can you believe what USA 505 is saying up there? I'm sorry for your loss. I also had a Chihuahua named Muggsy. Shut up, you did? That is insane. I'm so excited. She was 10 when someone stole her. Oh my God, someone stole your Muggsy? I'm so sorry for that. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. You got ripped the fuck off. I'm so sorry. Dixie Ray says, you're so pretty. Thank you. I'm not feeling very pretty, but thank you so much. Hi, Aaron7. Welcome to chat. Good to see you. Do you guys want to make a gummy drink? Miss Chokesandig says he was the cutest. He was. I was on the Prism, so Prism offers you so many little animations. So I was trying to find a little tiny Mugamoo that I could make into an angel for you guys. Look how cute that is. It does resemble him a little bit, right? It's pretty cute. It's amazing what Prism offers in animations. Like, I typed in Chihuahua, they offered me like 75 different Chihuahua animations. There was like 100 different Angel Wings animations. So every time I do stream, I'm going to be putting animation up for you guys. It won't always be Muggsy, but I thought today that was appropriate. I do want to tell you guys that we are live streaming. We are multi-streaming again today. We are on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. So my Kick and my Twitch, you guys, is Cleveland Housewife. We've been going pretty strong on there too. Are you 100 or more? I'm more. I'm more than 100. 100%. Hi, Heather. Oh, Dixie Ray says, girl, you are pretty. Don't say you're not pretty. Well, I didn't say I'm not pretty. I do think I'm beautiful, you guys. I'm just having a rough week, you know? I just woke up. I did put a little powder on for you guys. I do have a nice little pimple right here. I never get pimples. Okay, I'm 56 years old. My days of getting pimples are gone. But this week, what do you think goes on? Right between my eyes, we're going to have a pimple right there. Instead of me not showing you, I'm going to show you. Hello? We got a pimple this week. Your bangs are so pretty, Meowcher says. So I don't have bangs, but this is just the length of my hair. You know, it's just this length. Let's say the middle of the summer, I cut about 3 or 4 inches off my hair, you guys. My hair was probably about down to here, but I was going through some stuff. I had just gone through some cancer. I had gone through some bad things on YouTube, and I needed to fix my energy and get those ends off. So instead of just cutting it to here, right, I get to here, I cut it to here. So we're starting with fresh hair. Love Bunny, how are you, sweetie? You're half asleep. Well, good morning. That's why I did this morning stream. I figured a lot of you would be waking up. I haven't been sleeping. Gee, I wonder why. Today I've been up since about 4:15. I woke up 4:15 a.m. I went to bed last night. Oh, there it is. The cardinal's outside. Shit. Look. Look, there it is. There's the cardinal. Hi, Mugamoo. Tiny Mugamoo. Look, you guys, since Muggsy died, this cardinal has been coming here nonstop. Hi, Mugamoo. They say when you see a cardinal, it is a visitation from the last one that has passed, or the one that you're thinking about the most, or the one you miss. Ooh. So since Muggsy died, this cardinal has been coming around nonstop. I don't know if you saw him at the window, but he came right to this window the other day, and you see I do have bird seed in there, but he stayed and talked for quite some time. So that's beautiful, wasn't it, you guys? Now I got to figure out how to turn the camera back around. It's different with Prism. It might take me 12 hours. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there you guys just got to witness a sign with me. There's the sign of Muggsy coming by. Wasn't that beautiful? Because I think it was. Cleveland Cavs. Yes, Cleveland Cavs. Paper seatbelt, you see them so often. Well, we have a bird feeder outside, right? So we do get birds. I'm calling birds and have been for the past numerous years, so they come by. But that cardinal hasn't been coming by. He's only been coming, he's sitting right there in the tree, right outside as I stream. He's just right there sitting there. So this is a blessing to me. I feel like, and now he's at the bird feeder. I could just show you guys again, but I'm sure you believe me. It's just kind of beautiful to me that that is a sign, and we're talking about Mugamu and he showed up. I think that's beautiful, don't you? Someone back here. Oh, Naja, you like my voice? Thank you. People either love my voice or they hate my voice. It's a little hoarser than normal because I've been talking a lot for the whole week. So you're asking who I am and where do I live. So let me introduce myself. I didn't do my introduction, you guys. Welcome to my channel, The Real Housewife of Cleveland. I am Jennifer. I am a 56-year-old live streamer who is documenting my life. I live in Cleveland, Ohio, Midwest America. The Real Housewife of Cleveland, hence Housewife. I've been married for over 18 years to my soulmate, Skippy. We don't have kids by choice. Instead of children, I wanted to adopt senior, elderly, special needs dogs. And that's what we've been doing for the past 18 years of our marriage. We probably adopted 30 dogs that would have otherwise been euthanized, Muggsy included. We are down to 2 dogs now. In our entire marriage, Skip and I have never had just 2 dogs. We've always had somewhere in the range from 3 to 7. That was our normal. In the beginning of our marriage, we always had 4, 5, 6, or 7 dogs. And then we, of course, let that go down. And we've been having about 3 to 4 in the past 5 to 10 years. And then that's gone down. And now we're down to 2. We've never been down to 2. And we're going to keep it at that. Usually when one leaves, I contact the local shelters, or, I contact animal control in my city, and I let them know I've got a space. I'm not doing that this time. I'm taking a break. I've gone through so much death in the past 18 years. I have helped so many dogs cross over, given them a second chance, and trust me, I'm thrilled that I've done that, but I need a little bit of a break. Skip and I, through our marriage, we've never, ever been able to go overnight anywhere. We've never been able to go on a vacation, because, our dogs came first. So I think with Killer, who we've had 16 years, and Baxter, who we've only had 2 years, but he's 15 years old, almost blind, with collapsing trachea, we're going to put all of our energy into these 2 dogs until they pass. I don't think they have a long time either. Killer, excuse me, has a lot of special needs, so many that I can't tell you guys. She's had 17 surgeries in her life. She doesn't even have a spleen in her inside. A lot of her insides don't work, so she doesn't have, her time is limited. Baxter, his time is limited. So we're going to put all of our energy into those guys, and then when they pass, Skip and I are going to take a minute. We will adopt another dog, but maybe we wait a year this time, okay? Maybe we go on a vacation. Maybe I catch myself, and instead of taking care of so many dogs and doing that and helping them pass over, maybe I attend to myself hardcore, right? So that is the plan. Hey Jason, in chat, fuck yourself. Okay, nobody in this house is doing anything cruel to dogs, so anyone who says that in this chat will be removed immediately. What we do is take dogs from the shelter that other people have dumped and say they should be put down, okay? And the shelter is smart enough to know that no, this dog didn't need to be put down. They still have a quality of life, whether they are going blind, whether they have a collapsing esophagus or a trachea, they still have quality of life. There's no need to kill them, okay? So I'm not being cruel to my 2 dogs that I have here. They have extreme quality of life. If they ever get to the situation where they are in pain and they don't, then I would put them down. Otherwise, I will hospice them naturally with hospice drugs the same way I did Muggsy. And if anybody doesn't like the way I do that, then you can go watch another channel where they go put dogs down all the time. Okay, because that's not me and that's not what I do. And I don't keep animals alive for cruel reasons at all. If I see anything cruel going on with my animals, they do get put down, and there has been a handful of them that have been put down. When that time needs to happen, we do that. If it doesn't need to happen, we're not like a lot of people and just jump to that. Okay? Obscure! I love your house. Beautiful aesthetic. Thank you so much. I love my house too. People make fun of me for my house. They say, why do you decorate your house like a grandma? And I say, I don't. I decorate it like a great grandma. Get it fucking straight. I like doilies. I like tchotchkes. This is a Victorian home. It is 115 years old, and I'm going to decorate it as such and bring it back as much to that original state as I can. With the drapes in the doorways even. Yeah, so I do that. People make fun of me, but those people probably live in a cardboard box, so. Heather, a cardinal came to visit me Sunday evening, and you knew it was Mugamoo. Heather Pooh, it was. I'm sure it was. That cardinal's been going around, and let's be honest, it's not the same cardinal, right? But I think Muggsy is working his magic. He knows who loved him. He's making visits. Also, if you guys cried with me over Muggsy, if you guys loved Muggsy, if he wasn't just like something you saw once in a while, if you guys felt for Muggsy, look for that dream, because I haven't had my dream yet. Every time you lose a loved one, every time you lose someone like that, they do visit you in a dream. And it's not just a dream. They come and they visit you. That usually happens a week to 2 months, within the 2 months after they die. So, hey, Heather, look for that too. He might come visit you in a dream. You say, really? Yes, really. That is fact. You can Google that. That's not just animals. That is humans. That is anyone that passes. Nahash, thank you. You say, your house is very peaceful and beautiful. Thank you. X Charlie, you say, loving your style, Mrs. Thank you. And I like that you call me Mrs. A lot of people call me Housewife or Jennifer or Cleveland. I don't think anyone's ever called me Mrs. That's really cute that you just did that. Raven, my dog had the same issues. Vet used steroids. It helped. Yes, Baxter is on steroids 2 times a day and has been for 2 years since we got him, and he will be for the rest of his life. Baxter takes 3 medications 2 times a day for his collapsing trachea. Obviously, he can't take anything for going blind, but he's doing that gracefully. Mom Silly Channel. I like the name of your channel. Yes, I am in Cleveland, Ohio. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm in Lakewood, Ohio, but Cleveland is 1 street away. I'm right at the corner of like Edgewater Beach and Cleveland and Lakewood. So that's where I am. And I kind of move back and forth between Cleveland and the suburbs surrounding it. So right now I'm in the closest suburb surrounding it, which is Lakewood. JMO, awesome real life channel. Yes, this is an IRL channel. No matter what's going on, it will be IRL. I don't put on a show. I don't have a time where I hit this. I don't have an agenda. What you've run into is my trauma dumping diary. Okay? So what you're going to get here is me and my life. So you like reality shows? You like soap operas? Hi, I'm Jennifer. Really, Ohio? Yes, really, Ohio. Ohio. So that's what my channel is, you guys. I'm documenting my life for a lot of reasons. Because I'm an artist, because I'm a photographer, because I'm alone in the world other than my husband, because I have no family and I have no children. So when I'm gone, poof, just gone. So I would like to have my stories and my documented life somewhere. So that someday, when I'm gone, it will remain. Because I'm not going to have kids to remember me. I'm not going to have family. Well, I have family, but they could care less about my existence. So, hence, I didn't write a book. I don't open and journal every day. I press live. And whatever's going on in my life, you guys gonna watch it. Wow, really a photographer? Yes, look at my channel. I'm a content creator. I'm a photographer. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an artist. So that's what I do. So that's what I'm doing right now. On top of documenting my life and keeping a diary, I'm also being a photographer. No, you're twisting my words, Anthony. Anthony says, so you're alone, but you have a husband. Interesting. Does he know that you feel lonely even though he's around? No, he doesn't know that because that's not true. You just twisted my words and I didn't say that. I said I am alone in the world other than my husband. I don't have family other than my husband. The only time I'm not lonely is when I have my husband, okay? My husband works a lot. He works a real professional job so that I don't have to, so that I'm a kept woman and he takes care of me, so I can stay home and take care of my mental health because he loves me and we are that close. So I feel lonely in the world because I don't have family. I don't feel lonely in the world because of my husband. He's the only thing that does make me not feel lonely. So you don't want to twist my words like that. The best thing that I have in my life is my husband. Libertarian, who am I documenting my life to? The world. You, asshole. Libertarian is an asshole in my chat and he's trying to troll me. So we're just going to take you out. Bye, Libertarian. You're probably Deebsy. Look at that. I'm talking so nicely and they're just like picking. So that's not a normal troll, you guys. That is someone who knows me, who is trying to get to me. So I see some people are getting new alts. Exciting. We're just going to remove all their comments. So, Mom Silly Channel, you're a fellow Clevelander? Where are you from, I wonder? I like that last troll. Documenting to whom? Oh, my last stream to 5.5k people. I don't know. Just them. Just them. Ew, gross. Have you ever thought about adopting children so that you would have a family? Absolutely not. I don't want children. I've never wanted children. I would be a horrible mother. I came from abuse and I'm an only child. My mother abused me, beat me, neglected me, abandoned me, abused me in every way you can think possible. I have no right on this planet to become a mother. I am still fixing the trauma that I got when I was young. So no, I'm not going to pump out a baby and fuck up that kid's life. I knew long ago I was that girl that wasn't going to have children. I've been married for 18 years. I could have had children numerous times, but before I married Skippy, I said to him, I don't want kids. I'm that girl. So I don't feel lonely because I didn't have kids, you guys. It does make me feel lonely that my family abandoned me, okay? It does hurt me that my family abandoned me. And trust me, they live 20 minutes away, okay? They are horrible people that abused me as a little girl. Okay, I'm not going to go talk to them and try to make things right with them. The best thing I ever did was walk away from those pedophile abusers that hurt little girls. But what I'm saying to you is I'm kind of sad that that was the card I was dealt. You know, why couldn't I have had a family growing up that didn't abuse me? So a lot of that will be trauma dumped in my live streams a lot, you guys. Next up, blue hair dye. No, I dyed my hair blue when I was 16, sir. I grew out of that long ago. This is my natural hair. I was born in 1969. I'm 56 years old. So we won't be dyeing our hair blue. And we won't be getting a septum piercing either, okay? I am a Republican, by the way, so... Oh, you're in Parma. Okay, so I used to live in Parma. I used to live right by the Schnitzel House in Chupa's. God, I would go to Chupa's so many times a day. We were on Bremen Avenue. I loved Parma. We moved from Parma to Cleveland, and then from Cleveland here to Lakewood. So it was in the past 15 years that I lived in Parma. I love Parma. Such a pretty place. Do you know that Parma is known, it's the biggest known city in the world for wiggers? That's the truth. With a W. It's true. Google it. Huron Bremen? Huron Bremen. That is insane. 2108. That's where I used to live. 2108 Bremen. That is crazy, by the way. You're either trolling me or you're my soul sister. Yes, Parma, Ohio. That's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. And I lived there for like, I would say almost 9 years. It wasn't like a short time. Do you go to the Schnitzel House? Do you get the Schnitzel House food? But because, my God, the goulash, if you haven't had the goulash from the Schnitzel House, I would get it to go on a weekly basis. That fucking food there is amazing. I'm so pleased to meet you. I'm so glad you found me in my chat and that we're neighbors. Yes, you do, you say. So exciting. And I'm sure you go to Chupa's. What a wonderful store that is, right? Love Chupa's. A little expensive. Did the old man die, though? Old man Chupa? I think I heard that he did. And that the young son has taken over. He's a little strange, the young son. He was always hitting on me when I went in there. Well, so would old man Chupa was too, but that was different, you know? Oh, KSH says, great news. I just got off work so I can pay for your EBT, government housing, and welfare. You're welcome. Well, I've never taken benefits like that. My husband works very hard and he's a professional, so we don't need things like that. And we've never used things like that. But for the people that do, you need to get a job. So I don't need to get a job because my husband takes care of me and works very hard. Jealous? Sounds like it. A little bit. I'm not working because I'm a lazy bitch. I'm working on myself. I just told you I've been through trauma and abuse in my life. I also have other medical issues where I really cannot work right now. So the best thing I can do for myself sometimes is live stream, and that's what I do. Take it or leave it. And when people say like that, stuff like that, I really do think that they're projecting. So if you are on EBT, I would advise you to probably go get a job. I mean, I actually am the creator here, very successful, getting paid for this. You're actually a chatter with nothing on your channel because I just looked. So you're probably projecting and you're probably on EBT. So maybe you go get a job because you're not at work right now and you're watching me. That's crazy. Y'all are crazy. Hi, India. I love that India's in the house. Hello, India. Welcome to you. Cheese is a mass hallucination. God, I hope not. I love cheese so much. Christine's on my side. She says, you don't have to explain yourself. Thank you, Christine. And I try not to, but I do try to cover comments as they come. And trust me, I do skip some, but some of them, I'll answer some of your dumb comments, you guys. Rockin' Robin. Hey, 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 Rockin' Robin. I like you. She says, good morning, and she puts a sunshine there. I think you reflect kindness, and I like it here. Well, thank you. You're a lovely chatter, and I wish more of them were like you. KSH says, I work graveyard, dumbass. Well, the second you called me dumbass, you get to be taken out of my chat. Bye-bye, dumbass. I bet you work graveyard. I bet you do. Okay. And then you come right home and you get on a chat with a girl that you hate so you control that you've never met. Seems believable. Not. Do you know the Muffin Man? Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Look, I am the real housewife of Cleveland. Real. Okay? I know a troll in my chat when I see it. You coming in here to be mean to me when I'm just being cool? I'll be cool for a second, but I'm going to come for you too, okay? So, remember whose chat you just came in. Yes, mankind, I am married. I have been married for over 18 years. What do you think about that, Heather? Heather's like, oh shit. Jen's going. Jen's on one. Yes, Heather. Yes, Heather. People want to come in my chat, call me out. I'm going to call them out too. And on top of that, I can actually look at their channel, see what's on it. Would you like to go see what's on mine? My face, my life, me crying, me laughing, me spinning with my husband. What's on your channel? You're going to come over here and fuck with me? Then I'm going to fuck with you. Eye for an eye. Dang. That's my favorite swear word, by the way, mankind. My favorite swear words used to be fuck or cunt or asshat. I like the word asshat a lot. But do you know that dang really does it for me lately? Dang. It's my favorite thing. Scott's cracking up. Hi, Claire. Yes, I am feeling better. You know, it's a process, but, you know, I'm not weeping and huddled in the corner right now, so I'm doing much better. Thank you for asking. And Claire, I wasn't paying attention to chat the other day, and you know it, but when I did go on my YouTube studio and check things, I did see that you gave me a super chat the other day, all the way from Scotland. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I didn't see it that day. So I'm sorry that I didn't thank you for that. I was busy crying my eyes out. So thank you for going to your pocket and supporting me like that all the way from Scotland. I didn't even think you could do that from Scotland. So thanks, sweetie poo. Really appreciated that. Oh, Wrestler Cade. 100%, 100%, 100%. He sent me a gifty poo. Thank you, Wrestler Cade, for sending that 100%. I think I'm 100% too. I appreciate you sending that. And Paper Seatbelt says she was keeping chat in line too, and she's doing the Lord's work. Yeah, well, this is Claire. Claire is chat royalty. Claire is a superstar in the world of YouTube mods, and I am lucky to A, have her as a mod, and B, have her as a friend in real life. So, yes, she will protect me in here, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Claire. And you can, Paper Seatbelt, you're welcome to do whatever the fuck you want. These fucking assholes in here are on my nerves. So thank you, you guys. I want to show you what I got. Heather, where are you? Look. Check it out. $25. But look what happens when you push this. Oh, shit, nothing. Oh, are we really going to do this, Jennifer? This is really happening? We're not going to be able to turn on the vape? The brand new vape, we can't turn it on for stream? Come on, you whore. Fucking, god damn it. I know it's plugged in. You know when you get a vape and you sometimes can't turn it on? Okay. If I had... Oh, there it is. Look, do you see what that is? You know, because it won't focus. Let me get my fucking mug out of there. It's a Scorpio. Because I'm a Scorpio. It's a scorpion. And it goes up to 4.2. My other vape only went up to 4. This goes up to 4.2. When you light it, it's got a Scorpio in it, like me. Scorpio. And it works so good. Scorpio. It's called Kodo Zodiac. So the guy was like, what's your zodiac? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, your zodiac. I'm like, I don't know what you're asking me. He's like, your sign. What's your sign? I'm like, you want to know my sign? The guy who was selling me this, he's like, it's for the thing, girl. I'm like, oh, I'm a Scorpio. He's like, so do you want the Scorpio one? I was like, yes. They had Pisces. They had Leos. They had it all. So you get your one. And it was $25. Look, I usually spend $15 on my vapes. I went a little crazy today. Well, it was yesterday. I walked up there It was 51 degrees yesterday. I walked up to the smoke shop. It was the first time I'd left the house since Muggsy was gone. I had ants in my pants and I wanted to get out. And I had some money in my pocket. So I bought this and I went to the thrift store and I bought some stuff for myself at the thrift store. This thing really worked. Make sure you guys have something to drink. I have my Canada Dry ginger ale. Scuba! Scuba Doob! Hi, Scuba. Welcome to chat. So that's my new vape. You want me to boop the kitty on the nose? Boop! We don't boop anymore on this channel, but once in a while we'll call it out. You know, boop on the nose, boop. Some of you are having a visceral reaction when I boop, I'm sure. If you know, you know. That's Kittler. Yes. V8. What's up? Best kind of ginger ale. Yes, this is my crack. I am California sober, so I haven't drank alcohol in about 17 years. Yeah. And I don't want to drink alcohol ever. It's not like a thing. I'm glad I don't drink. So this is my jam. I kind of went from Pepsi to Coke to Dr. Pepper to root beer. And then I found this. And when I found this, we fell in love and we are soulmates. I also don't drink coffee. I don't touch the shit ever. I think it smells and tastes like diarrhea. Must probably taste. You guys drinking coffee, if you knew what your breath smelled like, you would take a mint, is what I would say to that. Coffee is the most vile smelling shit on the planet. And most of you can't even smell it anymore because you're so addicted to it. Grotesque. I don't like caffeine. I hate caffeine. There's no caffeine in the pop I drink. When I used to do drugs, I hated speed. Okay, I did the cocaine and I did the meth for a while, but it was just experimental, you know? When I found my drugs of choice, you know, it was the downers. I love the downers. I hate speed. Well, even when I take cold medication, it gets me speedy. I can't take it because I get very uncomfortable. Paper Seatbelt says, I didn't drink coffee till I became a mom. Okay, I have a feeling that you get a pass for that. Paper Seatbelt, because I kind of feel those things come hand in hand. You're a mom, you're doing the hardest job in the world, one that I could not do. So you're allowed to have that extra bit of crack if you need it. Oh, shit, Heather's being the weatherman. Heather says, it's 31 degrees in Cleveland and you're going to get snow tonight. Well, poop. Poop. It was really warm yesterday, Heather. It had sunshine all day long. I went to the side of the house where the dogs poop. You know, I keep that little gate up now because I don't let them in the whole backyard. I keep them on that side. There was about 42 piles of poop out there from the past week and a half that I couldn't get out there. So I cleaned all that up yesterday. There was a shovel involved with dog poop. Last of Muggsy's dog poop, gone. So, yeah, I was able to do a lot of cleaning yesterday, so I was happy about that. Do some outside stuff. Took that walk, which I greatly needed. So if it does snow again, I'm down. I just needed a little bit to get out. Oh, what's this about Earl Grey? Christine says, I'm a decaf Earl Grey girl. Oh, I like that. I like Earl Grey. Like Captain Picard. You're making me laugh. So my new favorite tea that is my new jam is vanilla. I found a vanilla tea and it is amazing. If I'm not drinking vanilla, I'm drinking English breakfast. I like a black tea and I like chai tea. But every time I make those black teas, I'll only fill the glass halfway with tea, fill the other half with a milk. So it's almost like a latte minus the coffee, right? I like just like a flavored milk. Breezy Wife says, I love the smell of coffee. Well, I do too. Strangely enough, I don't like the smell of coffee in a cup, but I like the smell of coffee beans in a can. Or if the coffee's brewing, I like the smell of that. But once it goes into the cup, it's a different animal. It's a different monster. But yeah, I like the smell of coffee too, strangely. but I do not like the taste of it. Even if you put it in a candy, a liqueur, people make ice cream out of that. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, what? Use a strawberry flavor. Do not be making... How about tiramisu? How disgusting is that? My husband, Skippy, it's his favorite thing. Favorite thing in the world is tiramisu. A coffee-flavored cake? Y'all are sick. Ugh. Like, try a chocolate cake, people. That's what it's for. Paper Seatbelt says, I only have 1 cup a day, and I don't want snow at all. Yeah, me neither. But I don't mind the snow so bad right now because I know the dog poop is gone from the side of my house, so I feel better about that. If I still had dog poop out there and it was going to snow over it, I would feel like a worthless human being. But the fact that I was able to go clean that yesterday, I feel like I've done something good in life. Oh, Christine says, I can try to send you some good weather from Florida, but we have been pretty chilly here. Well, you are in Florida. You are in DeSantis country. DeSantis. I love him. DeSantis all the way. I'm a MAGA girl. I think that DeSantis would make a good president. In the next couple years, I think he'd be good for the running. Sean, my dog just passed away, and I don't need you coming in here with your weird sexual fetishes. How about coming in and say, hey, Jen, how you doing? Good to see ya. Sorry about Muggsy. You gonna come in here and just ask me for shit? Sean, you can super chat me. You can cash at me. I ain't doing shit for you, weirdo. Okay? You come in here and you ask and ask and ask with your weird sexual fetishes, and some of the times I cater to them. And you're a fucking freak, dude. I'm not in the mood for you. Okay? Well, you should know. You follow me. You look at my page. You feel comfortable enough to come in here and ask me to do weird sex stuff for you, don't you? So get it together, chatter. You're acting fucking off. And yeah, I just did go VP on you, but you fucking deserve it. Yes, Paper Seatbelt. And I want to bring that up. Paper Seatbelt says, I think it's funny how opposite we are about politics. Yes. And it's beautiful because I don't care what you think about politics, Paper Seatbelt, or what you think the world should do or this or that. I love you as a human being so much, and I respect your thoughts. And I respect your beliefs, and I would never try to change them. I remember when you and I first got in our fight. Now, I want to bring this up. I wanted to bring this up for a long time because we haven't talked about this part. When you and I first got in our fight, you did a lot. I keep calling them live stream. You did a video where you came on and you said, and you didn't bring up my name or anything, but I knew you were talking about me, and I knew it was because of me you were saying this. You said, I will never, ever in my life be friends with a Republican or someone who thinks differently about me politically. You said that. You said that on your video. And we weren't talking right then, and it was right in the beginning. And I thought, oh, that's so sad. Because this is a beautiful girl. There's so many different ways of thinking in the world. For her just to put herself down to this one way of thinking is so sad. And, you'll miss out on so many beautiful people that have other ideas than you. You never have to have those ideas. I would never expect you to, have a MAGA thought, right? But you still want good for America, I'm sure. So you just want it in a different way. I just think if people become like that, that's the problem. That's causing people in the world to clash, and it's a huge problem. Politics are getting in the way of people being people and getting to know people. So I think that no matter what you believe, everybody needs to put that aside and just love each other and expect that other person to think differently, because that's what America is. That's why we're humans, because we have our own mind, but we should still love and respect each other's thoughts. I don't believe anything you believe politically, but I think you're such a beautiful person. I think you're smart. I would sit and listen to all your thoughts all day long, not because it would change my mind, but because you think so highly of these things, and I think that makes you who you are. So, anyone who's out in the world says, I would never be friends with a Republican, or the Republicans, or I would never be friends with a Democrat, you're dumb. That's dumb. That's shallow. Who cares? Who cares? Why let that ruin our experience of being spiritual beings and getting to know each other on this planet? Who cares if we have different thoughts? Let that be and still love each other. I respect all of you with your different thoughts, and I'm MAGA. You guys would probably be the first to say, oh, she's MAGA and she's hateful. No. I respect all your thoughts, and I hope all your thoughts come true for you and work for you, and I hope that does work and I'm wrong, but we all have to have our own thoughts and our own way of being, and we all have to respect each other and love each other. That's what I've always wanted for my chat. That's what I want in the world. I can't change the world, but I see that that's a huge problem. I know that if I was mad about something, I wouldn't make a poster and go in the middle of the street and cause problems for the rest of the world. So we all have to have our own minds, but we have to respect each other for what we're doing, right? Paper seatbelt, it's really hard. I stopped being friends with a lot of people. Well, and maybe you needed to stop being friends with those people because maybe those people were being just crazy in your mind. I hope that in your mind I'm not crazy. I just have different beliefs than you. And that's all. Because that's how I think about you. And that's how I think about everybody I see on the news right now. I just think, oh, wish we could all feel the same, but we can't, so... I'm not going to go out there and hate like everybody's hating. I'm not going to go out there and say America's terrible, and I'm not going to talk to the certain group of people that don't believe what I believe. I think that's actually the problem. So I'm actually going to talk to the people that are different than me. And I feel like one thing has nothing to do with the other. I want to know you spiritually. I want to know your soul. I want to know your essence. Your beliefs are very secondary to me. My favorite color is pink. If your favorite color is blue, it shouldn't get between us. And it won't with me. Oh, Paper Seatbelt says she does think I'm crazy, but it's fine. Well, that's something I say all the time. And I am crazy. And I will tell you all that. But I think that I may be crazy, but I have my beliefs. And they're set in my soul. And those aren't crazy, so. Well, yes, if you weren't crazy, Paper Seatbelt, then we probably wouldn't get together. We probably wouldn't, be as friendly as we are. Now, Paper Seatbelt, I hold you in very high regard. I have like a top tier. I have a top tier. You're in that top tier. I would say I have an inner circle. I would say you're as tight in that inner circle as you can be, because I love you, and I could care less about your political affiliations. And stay crazy, because if you weren't sane, then that would not be good. Yeah, we're both strong in what we believe, and I think that if the world did have more strong people on both sides of what they believed, and those people could just still be friends and talk, the world would be a better place. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to agree on anything. We can still love and like each other and respect each other. I really believe that. Yeah, Baxter just walked in here. He's been coming and going. He doesn't really know what to do. I'd say he's probably more lost than anyone. I gave him a bath yesterday, and I gave him a haircut just to give him a little more attention. Hey, you coming in? You want to come over? Come here, babe. Come here. Oh, you got an itch you can't reach? Come here. Let me get you. You want to go see YouTube? We'll show him your haircut. You want to show him your haircut? You got a little bit of a hairdo yesterday. Okay. There we go. So we left it long on top, just a little a hair. We got long ears, but the rest is short. Oh, except for the tail. We did leave it a long tail. Let's see. Let's show him the tail. Look at that. It's like a horse. So he looks like a little pony. You look like a little pony. You look like a little gremlin pony. Yeah, you're pretty cute. You're pretty cute. You're pretty cute. It's okay. So he's already had his medication this morning. And he doesn't really cough in the mornings like he does at night. Okay, you want to go? All right, but chat wanted to see you. Okay, I'm going to get you down. There you go, bud. Oh my God, he's running. He's running. Are you losing your mind? Where are you off to? I don't know. He is running around. Nice cat, what kind? She's a mutt. Her mother was black. Kittler. 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 Her mother was black, but 3 of the babies came out like this with blue eyes looking, I don't know what they call this. Seal point? Siamese? Kittler. YouTube's looking for you. Do you see? YouTube's looking for you. She's got beautiful blue eyes. She's 16 years old. Oh shit. We got chat royalty in here now. We got Sandman. Hey Sandman. I gotta check and see if this is his real channel first because I got a lot of haters and I got a lot of people coming in on alts and people's channel pretending to be blah blah blah. Sandman, how you doing? You want mod? I'm gonna give you a mod. Hold on, let me mod you. Out of respect, Sandman, I know exactly who you are. Okay. Mike G, no I cannot. So look at the fish tank. Why don't we do one? Let's just get this going first. YouTube. Hi Mystic, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Okay, we're gonna sesh really quick and then I'm gonna show the fish tank. So if you've got something, spark it up. I don't drink, but if you're drinking at 9 in the morning, go for it. If you're a crackhead or whatever, you know what? I ain't gonna judge. Not today. So here we go. At the count of 3. 0. 1, 2, 3, go. I don't date at all. I have a husband. I've been married for 18 years, you guys, so I'm not dating at all. Let's go look at the fish tank, and then we're gonna make a gummy drink. You okay, bud? You want a cookie? Maybe I give the dog an edible. So, I do make my own edibles for the dogs. This is THC oil. This is 3 grams of medicinal marijuana to 7 tablespoons of oil. So this is called Black Gold. They use this in the NICU for babies who have seizures. This got through Muggsy most of his hospice. I also make my own edibles for the dogs. So, it does have medicinal purposes for them. I'm just not trying to get them high, but they do have special needs and it does help them. You can have one, and you can have one. So what am I using? I'm using old cereal. So we have some Captain Crunch, and we have some Lucky Charms here. And I just soak them in the oil. And the dosage is 4 pieces for these little dogs. My vet of 30 years stands by this and knows about this. Okay, so let's go see the fish tank. And then we're going to make a gummy drink. Well, how much gummies do you think we should put in the drink today, you guys? I'm thinking about 60 milligrams. Here's the fish tank. Should we get the dispensary first? Should we go to the dispensary first? Because I'm thinking we have orange cream, we have watermelon, strawberry, which I think might be the winner, chicken dinner, strawberry nana smoothie, maybe that might be a winner too. Okay, then we have a bunch of vapes back there. So which one, you guys? Strawberry or strawberry nana smoothie for the drink? I'll let you guys tell me. Yes, we do have variety. I love it. And we're going to be making this. We're not making a tea today. I'm going to make a hot chocolate with whipped cream. So I'm just going to make the hot chocolate so hot and melt the gummy in there with whipped cream. That's a lot of weed. Oh, that ain't nothing, Sandman. Have you met me? Welcome to the Real Housewife of Cleveland. That's what we do here. This is a cannabis content channel. Let me get some food for them, and then I'll introduce them to you. If Sean Believer saw me right now, he'd lose his fucking mind. Hi, Skippy! Feeding them this today. Okay, so this, you guys, most of you know, Sandman does not. S-Dog, what's up with you? Good to see you. This is a 30-gallon freshwater tank. These guys, all these plants are real. Everything you see in here is real. I have 5 different types of plants, all real. The substrate is natural. This piece of driftwood from Lake Erie, it's real. Why is everything so real? So I can keep it organic so I don't have to use chemicals. The only chemical I use is 1 water conditioner to take the bad stuff out of the tap water. Any other aquarist will tell you they use this for that, that for that. Look, if I need calcium in here, I use eggshells. I keep it fucking natural. So they do have a variety of food too. I'm gonna give them just a little bit of this fish food to get them up for you, and then I'll show you some close-ups. We have neon tetras in here that glow in the dark. You know, I've done streams at night with them glowing in the dark. We have a molly. We have autocinkless catfish, albino catfish, glass ghost catfish. What am I forgetting, Skippy? I'm forgetting somebody. The snail. The little ones. Oh, the fancy guppies, yeah. Let me get you guys a little closer up. So that black one, that's the molly. That pink one, she's a neon tetra. She glows. That's actually Shep's favorite fish. Her name is Pinky Tuscadero, like the Fonz's girlfriend. I really do have to do a little trimming of these plants. You can see, like, there's a plant. There's a different kind of plant. Do you see the plants in the back? Those are purple. Those are purple plants. Those are real. So when I trim them, I have an excess, and then I just take them to my local pet store. And then when I buy food, then they give me like 25% off. You feel me? So I share the wealth. I share it. Okay, let's go make that gummy drink. Which one did we decide on? Strawberry or strawberry? Strawberry. Skip, do you want a gummy drink? What are you doing? Okay.
Just make me one.
Make you one? Okay. I love you. I'll see you in a little bit. Say hi to chat.
Hi, chat.
There you go. There's Skippy for you. Let's do this. Let's make a gummy drink. So, here's the deal. Gummies melt. You melt it down, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. You could put it back in the fridge, make a lemonade, which I like to do, or you can make a tea, which I like to do. Today we're going to be making a hot cocoa. So let's get our cup. What kind of cup are we going to use today? Yes! Yes! Yes, we are. Cleveland. We're going with these. Get the pan. The Real Housewife of Cleveland. This is how we get high. I don't know what kind of milk you guys drink, but this is what I drink. Come on, kitty. There's a time to be on the counter, and there's time to not be on the counter. So I measured it, so it's just going to be 1 cup for me. One cup for Skippy. And I don't make any more than that. So I have the exact amount. I'm trying not to spill this. Last time I did this on stream, it did go everywhere. I don't mind telling you. Get this going. Okay, so for my hot chocolate, I do have a recipe. So it's a ton of chocolate. The Space Cabinet. Okay, organic sugar. We're just gonna bust it in. Just throw some in. Probably 2 teaspoons, 2 tablespoons. Here's the part that you're not gonna understand. Vanilla. Vanilla extract. Just about 2 blops. Blop, blop. One more thing. Cinnamon. Just a little. So. Of course, we're going to need more of this. Very chocolatey, very chocolatey. Yes, we're not playing games here. Okay, now, this is the part. We need the cup, we need gummies, we need the cutting board, we need a knife. Good knife. Okay, so we cut the gummies up. Oh, I gotta get Skippy's cup. Hold up. Hold on. We got 2 Cleveland cups. Yep. Organic sugar and processed nasty chocolate sauce. That isn't even chocolate. Yes, well, you know what? You can get that Hershey's chocolate sauce at Target in green GMO-free form. They were out of it this time, and it was emergency. So, look, I try to be as green and organic as I can be, but sometimes I just have to cut those corners. And when it comes to chocolate, I'm going to cut those corners. Look at the gummies. Look at the gummies. Holy fucking shit. We have a situation here. So these are 25 milligrams each. Okay, so we got to try to pick these apart. So, holy cannoli. 25 milligrams each. So, here is 2 together. We did that. 25, 25. So there's 50 in that cup. Here, there's another one. We're able to pull this apart. 25. This melted in someone's back seat or something on the ride because good thing I know what I'm doing. Good thing I'm Dr. Jennifer and I'm a professional. Okay, we're going with 50 milligrams each. We're going to split one more between me and Skippy. So another 25. And me and Skip just going to split that. Now, I used to cut these up. No need. As long as the liquid is hot enough when you pour it in, and most important after that, you cover it and you get that steam for a minute, then it will mix. Okay, so that's how you do that. And we just have to get this going. Every time I pop in, there's always someone hating and they're really bored or miserable. Yes, well, I am a bit of a... let's just say I'm known on YouTube, and I have a lot of haters. I have clippers, I have reaction channels, I have haters, I have wannabes, I have assholes. So you're going to have that on my channel. You're going to meet a lot of beautiful people on my channel. I try to keep it clean, but I got a lot of haters. And a lot of these haters are trying to get a reaction out of me so they can put me on their dumb clipping show. So we try to be cool with that. So just try to look past that. I apologize for that. You know you've really made it when you got the people hating on you, right? No, I prefer the other way around. I prefer not to have it. Yikesy poo. Try to get it out of the thing, Jennifer. Got a lot of THC. Yes. No worries. Nice to be here. Yeah, just ignore the trolls. Me and my mods do take some of them out, but also my algorithm has recently changed again. So we also try to keep some of those negative comments in because it actually helps my channel. Believe that shit or not. As much as I don't like seeing it, especially since we're multi-streaming, then even if they say something and I take it out, it will live forever on the prism here. They could say I'm the oldest, ugliest piece of shit, and it will be there forever. So it is what it is. I'm on a public platform, you guys. I expect it. But we just try to ignore them. And that being said, my chat is an adult, more mature chat. We ain't trying to get kids in here. And kids, if you're in here, I do have mods that will take you out. So this chat is 18 and over. So kids, get the fuck out. No kids in my chat. Let's go back to the dispensary. We have to return this. We're returning this, and we're saying, excuse me, but my gummies are chunky. They're one chunky poo. So let's go return this to the dispensary. And I have to comb my hair. I keep looking in the camera, and this is not happening. It's tragic. Okay, you want to see my dispensary again? I know you do. It's usually actually more full than this. This is a little empty. But you usually have a lot of gummies, and we usually have a lot of cartridges. It goes pretty far back. So Heather, we have backups. Let's do another bong hit. Let's comb my hair. It looks atrocious. I woke up and I put it in this thing. Now last night, I put my hair in coconut oil for 4 hours. I put coconut oil in my dry hair, all over it. Put it in a bun, put a plastic saran wrap around that bun, and watched TV for 4 hours. And then I washed it out. It's really good to do for your hair. It's the best way to moisturize your hair, but it does make it a little crazy for the next couple days. So let's see how crazy it is. I mean, it's the best way to put moisture in your hair. If you go to a salon, they may be mixing some coconut oil in your stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good too. Hey, why are we running? What's happening? Yeah, but you know, then it feels a little weird for a couple days. Like, I might have to wash it again today. To get that coconut oil out, you have to wash it like 4 or 5 times. And I did last night, but it's still a little bit in there. But that's fine. It's doing what it needs to be doing. It is, look, this is Cleveland, Ohio. My hair is a foot fucking long. I recently cut 4 inches off of it for it to be healthy. So I want to keep it healthy. Ooh, I think I hear something burning in the kitchen. Is it flowing over? Don't, oh, son of a fuck, son of a cunt. Fuck. Ah. Welcome to my live stream. I told you I would fuck something up. Janny and Deepsy can fuck off. I mean, Eugene and Dylan can fuck off. They've done their damage to me. They've doxed me on so many numerous platforms. They've doxed my husband on so many numerous platforms. No, they're not getting unbanned. Why would I unban Janny and Deepsy? I'd have to be absolutely fucking retarded. No. Look, I come from communities that they are in. And I love those communities. But I am also putting up some boundaries because my real life was destroyed last summer. Okay? I was going through cancer. Janny and Deebsy say that I faked my cancer. I had my channel taken down by another YouTuber. They say that I faked that. Okay? I went through hell. They have taken my husband's, public stuff from 25 years ago, and Janny's made, 15 videos about my husband to hurt me? For why? I mean, I could make videos about Janny living in his car with his 3 kids and his 1 leg, but I'm not going to at this point. So no, I have had animal control and police come to my house. I was swatted twice. The only people that swatted me was those people. So no. It's cute that they have their little channels. It's cute that they want to talk to Cleveland. But when you swat me and animal control comes to my house, and then as they're leaving, cops roll up because they want to check under my bed for 30 assault weapons that they got a report for? No. No, sir. Janny is not going to be coming back to my channel, and nor is Deebsy. It's funny that they're asking to. I remember the time that Deebsy called me on the Instagram and started crying like a girl. He cried so hard he's snotty. He was like, okay, so no, I'm not trying to be friends with people like that. I'm actually trying to be a better live streamer than anyone else you guys watch, because I'm real. And I'm not going to talk shit, and I'm not going to take shit. My life is a soap opera, and people will clip me, and people will take my beautiful narrative and change it. But that doesn't mean I need to let them in either. There's a lot of people like VP, those kind of streamers, that love this kind of negative attention. Why? Because they want to be clipped. They think it's cool. It makes them popular. They want that bad attention. They want people calling them names in their chat, and they would never take that out of their chat. They would never take those bad things out of their chat because they want that negative attention. That's not me. I'm better than that. You know what VP won't take out of her chat? When Deebsy and Janny put me and my husband's full name and our full address over and over and over. That's what VP didn't take out of her chat. After her and I had a 3-hour FaceTime the day before. So I've made some new boundaries. I am better than these people. I don't let people like that back into my life. YouTube is one thing. When you started fucking with my real life and my husband and my family and swatting me, sending things to my house, I get emails daily saying how they're going to come here, skin my dogs, put them on a post in my front yard, and behead them. Okay? So, no, we're not going to let Eugene and Dylan back in. Sandman, I love you. There are a lot of people in this community that fuck with those people that I love and respect. But there are a lot of people in this community that are straight garbage too, and I've learned that the hard way. Janny used to be my buddy. Deebsy used to be my buddy. They both turned on me. And they didn't turn on me because I did something to them. They turned on me because they needed content. And they got it. Because I got swatted and my life got destroyed. And instead of me weighing 100 pounds now, I weigh 86. Because I went through some shit with their names on it. So no, they don't get that anymore. They can stay on their alts and watch me from there. But Sandman, I love you. We got Clumsy in the house. We got all kinds of good people. We got all kinds of IP2 in here. IP2 always wins. I am not IP2. But I fuck with them, and I fuck with them hard, and they fuck with me. Also, I'm a YouTuber. That's how I identify. I also identify as a unicorn, in case you didn't know. Okay. That being said, look, one more thing. P.S. If I wasn't 56 years old, if I was 26, I'd probably say, yeah, let them back in. But that's a life lesson I've learned, that when people cross a line and they actually try to hurt you in real life, you gotta walk away from people like that, man. They're not good. That's not good. Okay, so let's mix this up. So I can feel the gummies in the bottom, okay? Here's the thing. You got to make sure those gummies are mixed up. They will stick to the bottom and the sides. You got to get that all mixed up. Okay, are you ready for the best part? I know you are. I know you are. Oh, no, wait, that wasn't it. Silly me. Silly little me. Ha-ha! Should we pull a Scribbles? Should we pull a Scribbles? Should we be like, I'm Scribbles and I'm streaming? No, we will not. Instead, we will do this. This one is for Skippy. For Skippy. This one is for me. Jennifer. What do you guys think? Are you impressed? So we have about, what, 62.5 milligrams in each. Skippy, where are you? Look at my pan, though. Look what I did to the stove and the pan. And I did that on stream. That's fucking... that's epic. Hello, I'm the Real Housewife of Cleveland. I know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, we gotta find Skippy. Oh shit. I don't film this part of my house. Hold on a minute. Skippy! Your drink's ready! Don't yell at her. Do you guys want to see Annabelle? There's Annabelle. There she is. Be very offended. Okay. I know. Really? I know. I know. I know. When I go in that room, you get angry with me. I know. I know. Well, you can go in there now if you want. Oh, we forgot the most important part, you guys. Duh. Hold on a minute. Duh, Jennifer. Can't make a gummy drink without the fucking umbrellas. Okay, so this one for me. We get a blue one for Skippy. You know our wedding colors were pink and blue because we are that gay. Okay, Skippy gets this one. Ta-da! What do you guys think? Are you guys going to make yourself a gummy drink today? Do it. So you just melt it. And here's my other tip for you. Buy this. Next time you go to the store, just buy the Country Time lemonade. At MacDizzle420 on YouTube taught us this trick. She has cannabis content. You melt down this gummy with about this much water. Hot water. Just boil it. Stir it up. Put it in the fridge or the freezer for 10 minutes. Bring it back out. It's cold. Fill it with ice. Pour some of this in it. Then you have a cold drink. You guys that drink, you can add vodka to it. Like melting gummies. It's a new situation. And I tell people this all the time. The thing about that is, look, when I take a gummy, I want to feel a gummy. But when I take a gummy, I don't feel it for like 4 fucking hours later. I've forgotten that I've taken the gummy. I'm in mid-convo at the Walgreens with someone and I forget what the fuck I'm saying and why. So, here, you can control it. You can sip it. It hits you immediately. If you start feeling it, you can slow down. You can save it till later, put it in the fridge. Yes, so this was a strawberry flavor, remember you guys? So this is going to be a strawberry flavored hot chocolate. That's what this is. So let me try. I'm going to take an eye out with this umbrella. But when trafficking and eating children... Who's talking about Epstein who's talking about Epstein in the chat? I haven't been reading chat. I just seen trafficking and eating children. I don't know who's saying what, but yes, they are eating children. I knew that before the Epstein files came out because I follow cults, weird shit like that on YouTube. I'm not into it, but I'm interested in that kind of content. So I've been following that and Pizzagate for years. Years ago when I lived in Parma, and heard about Pizzagate, I had seen those pictures already of Seth Rogen, of Lady Gaga, of Hillary Clinton at the table with the lab coats on with the bloody people. I already knew about this shit. And I'm not surprised, and that is what Satanists do. Satanists have babies to have that baby flesh. They rub it on their face. They eat it. They fuck it. They do whatever they can with it. They're disgusting. So these Epstein files, I wish they'd come out faster, and I wish they would stop redacting things. Like, just put these people in prison. You know Beyonce is a huge part of it. You know Oprah is a huge part of it. Like, those people need to be put in prison. It's so fucking obvious to me. And 50 Cent and Cat Williams, these are the two people you listen to because they know what's going on. These fucking pedophiles need to be fucking castrated and put in jail. And it is a huge thing. It's gross. And it's real. My girl Basil the other day told me when we were talking about the Epstein files, she says, oh, come on, you guys are not eating babies. And I said, that is the one thing that probably is real. And I'm sure of it. You look up any Satanists, anything like that, that is what they do. And then those humiliation rituals, they do that all the time. How do you stream on Kick? It looks like you're asking me from Kick. How do I stream on Kick? I press live. I sign up for it and I press live. Do you believe Trump had anything to do with it? He may have. So far, the only thing that Trump has had to do with it is the fact that he knew Jeffrey Epstein, and there's a bunch of pictures with him at public events. They were both very prominent men in New York City and in Miami. Trump has said that. Trump has also said he's never been on that plane. He's never been on that island. And Trump also likes really beautiful women. Have you guys noticed that? He doesn't seem like the type of dude who's into, like, kids. Where, like, Jeffrey Epstein seems like he's into kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It could come out that he is. Right now, I'm concerned about Trump taking care of America. Do I think he had anything to do with the Epstein files? No, I don't. Deep down, I don't. I think that he knows Epstein, but I think a lot of people knew Epstein. But I think a lot of people, like we do, knew he was kind of freaky and kind of stayed away from him too, right? But these are my hopeful dreams. We will see what happens in the end, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a journalist. I'm watching with the rest of you. I would like Trump to be innocent. If he's not as innocent, you'll hear me having a very different story one day, okay? Then you'll hear me streaming and I won't be supporting Trump. But so far, and I even, I go on the chat GPT just 2 days ago and I said, what has come out in the Epstein files that Trump has actually done? And there is nothing. There is pictures of him being around him, but there's pictures of everybody being around him. So there's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of the left also putting things out there so that people believe one thing or the other. And I'm smarter than to believe that. I'm also smart to believe that it could happen too. It could have happened too. So if it did, if they have the President of the United States name in those Epstein files doing something illegal, they are going to use it, and they probably would have already. So then all these side stories and beating around the bush leads me to believe there is no story with Trump. Do you think there's a story with Naomi Campbell? 100%. Do you think there's a story with Oprah? Yes. Even poor Chris Tucker. Smokey from Friday, why'd you gotta do it? Why you gotta do it, Smokey from Friday? Why you gotta be in the Epstein files like that? Oh, hey, what do I need to help me start streaming? How do I stream on multiple platforms at the same time? No, this is someone on Kick. Is this Kick propaganda, or are you actually a real person? Oct216, if you're a real person, say the word stream in my stream right now, because I think you might be AI. It's real easy. You sign up. Oh, okay, you're a real person. So it's so easy. My husband has been doing it with a broken phone with no service for a very long time. He now has another phone, a real phone with real service, but when he started his YouTube, he had nothing. He just had this. He also has a Kick and Twitch, so it's real easy. Sign up for Kick. Might as well sign up for Twitch at the same time. Here's how you mend it together. Then you have to sign up for Prism, PRISM, and that's the streaming thing that will bring it all together. So then once you've signed up for Prism, you've already signed up for YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. That Prism will ask you to go to Kick and put a code in. Then it'll ask you to go to Twitch, put a code in. Then it'll ask you to go to YouTube, put a code in. Then you've done all that on your Prism, and then you stream through Prism. That's how I'm doing it. It's pretty, I'm going to say it's pretty easy, but I'm lying. No, it takes a long time. It takes a long time to get it all together. And I used to stream, multi-stream like this before my channel got taken down in the summer. And then when I got it back, I didn't do it again for months. So I'm just back at it again. It's very satisfying because you guys know the reason I'm streaming. I want to get my story down. I want to get my documentation of my life down. Why not get it down on 3 platforms? And I also stream on TikTok, but unfortunately I'm not able to add that TikTok. I wish I was, because I have a really, really good, I almost said fan base, community on TikTok. And TikTok is a very different vibe. You don't get people coming in on TikTok saying, oh, you're fucking old and ugly, or oh, the people that just destroyed your life 3 weeks ago want to come harass you some more. Will you allow that? No, I will not. You think Janny and Deebsy want to come back in my chat to be my friend? No. They want to come back in here to harass me, to get a reaction out of me, so that they can do something on their channel to make content. I don't think either of them is making much content right now, so I don't want to be friends with them either. So, no. So that's how you do that. Oh, TikTok is wonderful. It is such a positive, amazing, spiritual place. And I can stream on there for 2 hours, make $33 in a stream, and not have one negative comment said. And I've got like probably 2,000 to 3,000 people that follow me, and I probably follow about 6,000 people, because there's that many cool communities. Older people, older women, mothers, witches, professionals, models, women who work on the farm and their content is them milking their goats every day and maybe telling you a poem. You know, the beautiful woman with the long gray hair in her 60s, it's talking about her aging. It's a really beautiful spiritual place, and there's hardly any negative shit on there. The only reason I can't link it to my multi-streaming is because it's still like a Chinese platform. Trump didn't get it back so that we can view it, but I think the Chinese still own it. I might be wrong. Regardless, I digress. I can't live stream on it, multi-streaming, but I do live stream on TikTok probably twice a week, if not more. You don't fuck with TikTok because you've heard some things you don't like. Well, it can't be worse than what happened to me, where I let the guy on my live stream and he jacked off. Okay? Couldn't figure out how to get him off the bottom screen. Thought he was just showing me his head of hair because the screen was so small. Thought, okay, I'll just leave it because I couldn't really see what he was doing. Uploaded it to YouTube, to the fact where 53 people saw it. Boy, I could see it a lot better on YouTube. Too bad I didn't check that out first. Definitely the little dude in the bottom. No, that wasn't his head of hair. That was his fucking bush, and he was jacking it on my stream. So, I mean, okay, so there's that incident. What's worse than that? I'll tell you what's worse than that. That happened to me too. One time I was live streaming. A guy wanted to come in on my live stream. I said, no, I know I'll no longer allow people on my live stream because that happened to me. What do you think happened next? All of a sudden you couldn't hear me, but you could hear this Arabic dude. He was talking in Arabic, and he was laughing, and I said, get off my stream. What have you done? And he wasn't there. It wasn't like I had let him in. He had hacked me somehow. Then, all of a sudden, there was 5 or 6 different guys coming out of my audio, my phone. You can barely hear my voice. They weren't there. They had hacked my live stream somehow. And then every time I said get off my stream, they would make fun of me in their Arabic language or something, and they were laughing with each other. It was terrifying. I clipped that and put it on the YouTube too. All I could do was press end, and the first 3 times I pressed end, it would not end. So yes, weird things do happen on the TikTok, but those are the only 2 weird things I've had happen. And I learn and I grow. And TikTok's their place is amazing, man. I really still only have good things to say about it. You just don't let weird people on your stream because they give you that option. And I used to think it was cute for a minute, and I would allow it. What kind of phone do I stream from? It's just an Android, sweetie. I've never even had an iPhone, so this is just an Android. What is this? 17, whatever. Paula Price says that's wild. Yes, TikTok is wild. Live streaming is wild. But again, I have only good things to say about TikTok. All the bad shit that's ever happened here to me on YouTube would never happen on TikTok. Never. I can have a live stream on TikTok, not one troll. And, you know, I'm Foot Slut Army. You know, we make a joke out of that because I used to be a foot fetish model, and Melissa made a big deal out of that, even though I had tons of old foot fetish stuff that she took down that I was proud of. Well, so many people on my TikTok love my feet. They'll come in and give me gifts just for my feet. Yeah. So half the time on the TikTok, I'll sit like this because they want to see my feet so bad. And they ask so much. So I'll just sit like this and they'll just give me gifts. I know. Foot Slut Army. Do you have a KCIP? No, because I have no idea what that is. Look, I'm not tech. I don't know what I'm doing. If I was, we'd have TTS today and I'd have you people speaking. I've tried to do that for the past week and a half. I know how to hit live. I know how to sign up for shit. I know how to be brave enough to speak, tell my life story, and ward off the fucking assholes, for the most part. It's a program where Kick pays you to stream. I don't even know anything about that. I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in putting my platform out different places. I mean, I'm not going to look into that. I didn't look into getting monetized on YouTube. They sent me an email saying you're allowed to be YouTube partner, and that was last summer. And then that got all fucked up and taken away from me, and then they owed me money for a long time. So, you know, I don't think Kick's going to be coming to me. I'm not that big of a streamer. I'm no Ice Poseidon here, you know. I'm not Action Man, so I don't think Kick cares about me. I'm just a housewife, and I'm using it as a place to dump my diary. You feel me? And I'm lucky to be able to do that. Paula, you have the same pajama bottoms? Fuck no, you do not. Come on, Paula, really? These are the best. These are my Hello Kitty ones. I mean, they got the little tie, right? They got the little buttons. I know, and they're comfy. They're so soft. I love Hello Kitty so much. I can remember being in, what, 3rd, 4th grade, and my mom worked at the mall, and she used to drag me to her job with her, and I'd have to sit in the storage room. And then she'd be like, okay, you can go out in the mall. So from by myself at that young age, I was walking the mall. Well, I'm walking that mall as a little tiny girl. And I found a store. And there was a gift store, a card store. They had expensive statues and cards. And they had this little section with all Sanrio stuff, Hello Kitty stuff. I died at that moment. I fell in love at that moment. My life's never been the same. I've never grown up out of Hello Kitty. The older I get, the more Hello Kitty I want. Judge me if you will. I'm sorry you don't have that spirit in you that makes you happy. But yes, I've loved Hello Kitty since I was a little girl. And then I remember when I was working in the flats in my 20s and 30s, it became popular, like with the raver scene and all that. And I already had all my Hello Kitty stuff. And then Hot Topics came around, and Hot Topics started like just having all that kind of stuff. I haven't been to a Hot Topics in a long time, but boy, would I like to go. I would like to go spend some money at a Hot Topics and buy some clothes for this summer. It's been a long time. Your first car had Hello Kitty everything? What, you mean like seat covers or a steering wheel thing? I had a steering wheel thing for a while. Yay! See? It's Hello Kitty bonds people. Politics should not pay per seatbelt. You feel me? You have orange Hello Kitty socks. Peace. Yes, Paula Price. So I have Hello Kitty, a lot of things. When I get off of this live stream, I'm about to upload a little vlog I did yesterday. You know, I can't just keep posting sad videos of Muggsy, so when I went out for my walk yesterday, I did a 10-minute TikTok vlog. So on TikTok, you can go do a live stream, you can do a video, or they give you an option to do a 10-minute vlog. So I did that. So instead of me hitting live yesterday, because I didn't know if I was ready, and I didn't want to come on live stream again and cry, because I don't want to be that girl again. It was a one and done, okay? At least for this situation. So I wanted to just take you out on my walk and just show you what I did throughout the day. So I'm going to be posting that right when I get off this live stream. I'll probably do a premiere. I figure if I can make premieres, why not? I think that's fun. So in the premiere, you guys will see I go to the smoke shop. And that's where I bought my new vape. But for $34 in the smoke shop, they have these Labubu bombs. right by where you check out. It's a total novelty item. It wasn't like glass or nice. It was plastic. It wasn't that well made, but they had it in pink, a pink Labubu about this size, and it was a little bong. And what do they have next to it? I'm so stupid, okay? I'm so stupid. They had a gun, a fake gun that was a lighter, a flame. I want it. I want them both. I want a Labubu bong for $34, and I want to light it with the big gun that crackheads use to light their pookies with. Yes, I do. That's what I want. They had that in pink too. So hopefully on one of my upcoming streams, I be getting these things, and I come on with the Labubu and the gun. You know, I'm not smoking on stream during the week, but my Sunday churches, we be bringing out all the guns, all the weed, all the songs, all the music, everything. Junk, Paper Seatbelt says, yes, and I want some of it. I even told the guy yesterday, I said, I love these novelty items, you know. They're not glass, they're not well made, but I like that shit sometimes. You've seen the gun lighters? I've not. I've never seen them. And, you know, I'm sure the only people that really use them are crackheads or meth heads or people on Skid Row to light their pookies. They got to get that rolling around the pookie so they can smoke their meth. You know, I'm not an idiot. I know how that goes. But I've never needed one. But I think that would be hysterical for me to use one. So I'm going to get one. I didn't even look at the price. I know as soon as I can go back and get that Labubu, I'm going to get the gun too. So that will be its own stream. I will make its own thumbnail. I want that pink Labubu thing. You know what? I should tell Skip for Valentine's Day. He never knows what to get me. I did find something for Valentine's Day I want, and I did tell him, so hopefully he's gonna get that for me. There's a bracelet I found. So you guys know how I love these bracelets. I never take this one off, and it has the epitaph of Mary Keoki Monroe's mother's tombstone on here. She hath done what she could, and I feel like that is something I live by. Well, I found a bracelet. It's not like this, but it's thick like this. You ladies will understand. It looks like a Tiffany's bracelet. It's got the thick chain. It's got the toggle. At the end of one toggle is a little heart. That heart is an urn that you can put ashes in. It's very small, and you can't put all the ashes in there, but you can put a little bit of, you know, your loved one's ashes in there, and that's what it's for. And it's waterproof and all that, and then you can have it engraved. And so I already set it up, and I got the one, and it has a little butterfly on that one toggle, and the other toggle has the heart that's probably about this big, the heart, and it is a locket, and it is an urn, and it holds ashes, and so you're allowed to engrave it. So the one side I wrote Mugsy, Tiny Mugamoo, and then the other side has a paw print. So I did show that to Skip, and I did ask him to get that for me, so I'm sure I'll be getting that. I've never done anything like that, but I was looking on the Amazon yesterday, and I was actually, I told you guys I wanted to get a separate urn for Mugsy, different than the ones from the other dogs, and so I was looking at special urns and ones that had like a statue of a Chihuahua on it and stuff, and I put some on my Amazon wish list, and I was showing Skip, and Skip was like, he kept shaking his head. He was not into it. I was like, what's up? You don't like this idea? He goes, no, I do not. He goes, Mugsy wants to be in the cabinet, in the same box as all his brothers and sisters. He doesn't want to have any special situation. And I thought to myself, I said, you're right. Why am I trying to do something? Mugsy wants to just have everything that his buds have. Why am I trying to do something different? So yes, we got him in the same cherry wood box with the plaque on it that every other dog got, and but when those ashes come, they are in a bag, and I can't open that, and I can't spread them, take them. There's only one time that I have opened the bag of ashes and done something with them, and that was for Chica. Rose, if you're out there listening, you've been leaving me comments all the time. Chica was Rose's and her family's dog, and there was a lot of reasons that they couldn't keep Chica in her older years. And so she had seen my Facebook page over a decade and a half ago. And she said, I want Chica to come live with you, Jen. And Chica did. Chica came and lived with me for a long time. And Chica was my Chica Chi. She was my baby girl. She died in this house here only a couple years ago. She was my baby girl. And Mugsy loved her. So when we got Chica's ashes back, I split them. I went into the ashes, I split them, and I sent half to Rose. So I've never taken a piece of any of my other dog's ashes. I just let them rest. But yeah, for this occasion, I'm going to take a little bit of Muggsy's ashes and I'm going to wear them in a little piece of jewelry on me because I want to keep him with me to that extent. I think it will strengthen me. I think it will help me selfishly and narcissistically. Flying Unicorn Cat. What a great name for a channel, by the way. I've done something to my stream here. Hold on. Dang it. I know you guys can't see it, but okay. All is well. Don't fret, Jennifer. So we better get to drinking this gummy. Do you like my new cup? Cleveland. And then it says Cleveland here. And then what does it say over here? Cleveland rocks! Yes, she does. My God, you guys, it tastes like strawberry hot chocolate. I told you it would. I told you. I told you! Oh, Flying Unicorn Cat. I used to stream on Twitch, but I became a mama and never got back to it. Aw, well, I love knowing that you were a streamer. Hi, and how am I doing? By the way, I try to give a different vibe than I've ever seen. I've watched a bunch of streamers and I said, you know what? I want to do it, but I want to do it better and like that. So that's what I've done. I've taken everything I've ever watched and tried to change it into something different. You're never going to see me, scripting something or going out on fake IRLing, like macing people for content, I'm just trying to do me. But I do feel like there might be some times now that you could go back to it a little bit. That Twitch just sits there, and I know that because I just came back to Twitch. I hadn't used it since last June, okay? And all my streams just sat there. So go back sometime, and if you can't do it right now, maybe in the next year you can. Maybe you bust one out one day when the baby's sleeping, or tell us about how it's been not twitching and being a mom. Because people would be interested in that too. That's the thing about streaming. You can always set it down, and you can always go back. Look at Letitia Collins.
That's my mom. The absolute.
If you know, you know. Love notes from TLC. Waffle Stomp. No, Waffle Stomp. Waffle Stomp. You remember her, Letitia Collins? That lady that was streaming for a while over the summer, and she got super crazy, and then she moved in with her mom, and then she went to jail. Or the mental ward. Do you remember which one it was? The name of her channel was Love Notes from TLC. Everybody was watching her for a while. Oh, she was good. I watched her every day. And then she got so crazy at the end. She, her personalities came out. She started talking in like a bunch of different accents on stream. She's nuts. I love watching her. Yes, she's in. So she went to jail. I watched religiously. As remember the husband, the poor husband, that guy. And then she moved in with her mom. Her poor mom. Her mom would be like, "What are you doing?" Remember she hurt her mom. Her mom was like bleeding the one time. Oh my God. Do you remember the Waffle Stomp story? How that the last time Letitia Collins had been not streaming and she was in prison, she had been taking a shower, but she thought people were watching her. Not the guards, but people in the ceiling or something. And she had to take shit, so she just didn't tell anybody, and she just stood there in the shower by herself and shit. And then she felt embarrassed and she didn't know what to do, so she said she waffle stomped it down the drain with her feet. Do you remember that story? Wow. Wow. Love me some Letitia Collins. Please get out of prison so we can watch you. What, she's in the mental ward or the prison ward? Okay, this is too hard, this vape, because it wants to battle me. You don't know her? Okay. Well, you might. I don't know if her channel's still on YouTube. It was called Love Notes from TLC because she tried to get on TLC. They didn't want her. She was like I'm 56. I think the bitch was like 42, but she looked to be about 20 years older than me, okay? She had this crazy like afro hair, and as she streamed, it got frizzier and frizzier and frizzier, and she would tie it back, and then she'd have these like frizzes coming out, and she'd be live streaming. And then she had all these like baby blankets around, but no babies. I don't know. She was a lot. Her talking in the different voices at the end was really cool. It was a lot. Thank you. It's cozy in here. Take a rip from me, stoner at heart. Brand new. I'm gonna have to get Skippy on it. Skippy always has to fix my vapes. Rip time. You know someone I used to stream with that used to be my friend? Those of you that know. She used to say, that bong's not gonna rip itself. Who said that? Anyone in chat know? Thank you, Paper Seatbelt. Yeah, check her out. If you're an ex-streamer, you know that a lot of us watch streams to watch the shit show. And I'm sure that's why some of you watch me. I am an absolute shit show. But not like Letitia. I'm not waffle snob and nothing. She was really good entertainment. But I did feel bad for her at the end because we watched her lose her mind. We knew she was hiding it. She was losing her mind and she was trying to be cool on camera. But no, that bitch lost her mind on stream. Milk boiling over kind of a shit show. Oh yeah, at least 1 to 10 things on every single one of my streams is a shit show. Look, this is how you guys got to know me. And those of you who don't know how I came to be, I was a chatter and clipper of Daisy the Venice Healer, and then I became her friend, and then I had her on my live stream. So these are where I come from, people. Pure insanity. Then, you know, my meth head other homeless girlfriend that I decided to bring on my channel, you know. Now I live stream with Father God from HBO Max. Cult Love has one, so he'll be coming on probably next weekish. We want to do a little bit more with Micah next time. So it gets crazier and crazier. Enjoy this shit show. This train wreck is real. This shit's real. That's the fun part about me. So I come from crazy. My live streaming origin story is crazy, and I don't just get sane from there. I do move up, I do progress, I do ascend. I am wanting to interview more people. I am wanting to get more of a podcast feel. I'm gonna have a little podcast corner and get a mic. But I'm only gonna get guests on here that are crazier. And I've already had Daisy the Venice Healer and Father God. And Melissa the fucking Pokey Smoker. So we only gonna get crazier from there. Well, you have subscribed, and it is nice to meet you. Well, thank you so much, and it is nice to meet you. That is my goal, is to have a nice chat. Unfortunately, right now, I'm going to have to keep some of the bad people, but we're not going to keep the really bad people. The bad people that are coming in here to hurt our feelings or make chat uncomfortable. I really do like a nice chat. So thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I don't do this for numbers, but I will tell you guys I'm like 20 or 15 away from my 5K. I only need like 20 or 15 subs to get my 5K. I'm going to get it. I might have it right now. I might get it before the end of the stream. I might get it before the end of the day. It's coming soon, and it's going to be a celebratory milestone for me because I shouldn't even have this channel, and you guys know that. So I'm excited about that. You guys know I also hide people from my channel on a ridiculous basis that other streamers don't do. And what that does do is take away those subscribers because I really don't care about the numbers. I don't want people that are going to hurt me or my life or my other chatters in here. And I don't care about numbers. But on the other hand, when I'm about to hit 5K, we're going to celebrate that. And we're excited about that because that's yummy. And I've put a lot of work into my channel. I put a lot of art into my channel. filmed so many videos that you guys will never see because they're not here anymore because of Melissa. So if you can just imagine the videos I had from 2007 till June last summer, wow. I had one video of Princess Prada, the rescue chihuahua. She had her own Facebook page. What did that hit? That was my biggest one I think I ever hit. 698,000, I want to say. It was viral. It was viral. It was amazing. There was a downtown Cleveland video that I had that hit about the same. So there's a lot of videos you guys will never see. But everything on this channel, I had to restart because I lost my channel and got it back last summer, in the summer with no content. So every single thing you see, and I don't know how many videos are on here, but there's hundreds of live streams already. And I've already done all that. So instead of giving up, which I did, you guys know, I brush myself up and I remake. So it's what we do. And we document it. And we talk about it. And it's not gossip. Because you know why? You know why it's not gossip? Because it's my life and it's my story. So. Oh, paper seatbelt. Who's Kelly and why is she screaming? Does she need to be taken out? Is she a cunt? Paper seatbelt, just take her fucking cunt ass out here. If there's some cunt in here screaming and upsetting paper seatbelt, I don't like that. So paper seatbelt gonna delete you right now. Kelly, you fucking cunt. I didn't even read what you said. Let's fucking go though, paper seatbelt. You don't mess with my paper seatbelt. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 59 seconds, you guys. Tell me something. I want you to tell me something. What's up? Did you take him out, paper seatbelt? If you didn't, please do, because I'm not in the mood for people right today. Okay, Skates Lover Forever says hi. Is it okay if I am 17 but I'm turning 18 in 2 days? Yes, it is. That's fine, my love. You are very cute. You are very sweet. If that is the truth, which it probably isn't, but I love it. And yes, that's allowed. We're going to live in the reality that is real. So yes, if you're turning 18 in 2 days, you are welcome in a 56-year-old women's chat if that's what you want to do. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Nick. Good morning. I know it wasn't upsetting you, paper seatbelt. I was just being dramatic. And I thought we would just give her a little bit of a hard time. I was feeling frisky, okay? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just reading the comments back because I go a long time without reading your comments. So give me a little second, Pooh. I'm just reading back. I felt bad for the guy she was dating. Rooting for you. None of this matters. We should be in the streets screaming at the top of our lungs. They're eating kids! Well, that wouldn't help anything. Haven't you guys learned anything? That if you go out in the streets yelling anything, it doesn't help. So let's bring it in. Stay in your house. And let's let the professionals figure it out. If they can't, then we call in. Who do we call in? Is there like a militia people we can call? Like, can we create like a Spider-Man type person to go kill all the pedophiles? Because going out in the streets protesting, I don't know if you guys have gotten the memo yet that that's not helping anything. It's like part of the problem. So, and that's getting us shot. So stop going in the streets. The days of protesting, I think, are over. Look, I'm all about freedom of speech when it works, but when that freedom of speech is causing a problem and it has nothing to do with the problem at hand, I don't know. Half of those signs are those people doing, and they're dressing up in chicken outfits, and they're bringing trombones. What does that have to do with what is actually going on? Nothing. They're using that as a party, and it's ridiculous. I saw a video yesterday that disgusted me, and it was of one ICE officer, okay, and a policeman who carries a gun, and they've given him a gun because he is above us all, because he's been given that right to be an authoritative figure. It was one ICE officer, and he was against a building in a corner, and all around him he was surrounded for like a mile back. People were throwing things at him. Not only were they screaming, they were throwing things at him, and he was like this. That is someone's son, that is someone's father, that is someone's husband, that is someone's brother. He went to school to be a cop, to take care of America. Just because you disagree with what he's doing does not give you people the right to stand there with signs, trombones, in a dinosaur costume, and throw things at this man. I don't know what happened at the end, but that is the problem. If there weren't protesters right there, like if all you people that are protesting just sat down, maybe sit down in a YMCA center and discuss what you could do to help, because what you're doing in the streets isn't helping. And you know, innocent people are getting killed on both sides. So that's where I stand on that. Oh, Heather, the gummy drink is working. How do you know? Heather, what makes you say that? Because yes, you're right, but Heather knows me very well, you guys. Edid! Hi. Welcome to the chat. What is it? Is it something in my eyes? Have I repeated myself? Is it the way I talk? Am I slurring? Like, yes, I am getting higher on the gummy drink, but Heather, how do you know? I want to know what you see. Because you do say that sometimes, and I'm always thinking, I wonder how she knows. Just let me know. How do you know? I'm curious. This gummy drink is better than all of them because it's a hot chocolate. It is strawberry flavored hot chocolate, you guys. I'm gulping. And there's gummy at the bottom, so I must get a spoon. That last sip, I looked, and the whole bottom was just filled with a gummy. Oh, you can tell by my eyes. What do my eyes do? What? Let me see. Do they get red? Do they get like a little bit shutty? Sometimes I think that this one gets more shutty than the other one, I notice. And I never knew that before I watched myself on stream. Before I watched myself on stream, I didn't know that my mouth moves like Drew Barrymore either. You know, my first cousin, Martha, she looks and talks like this. And I always thought that was so cute the way she talked, but I watched myself stream and I was like, holy shit. My mouth does that weird thing. And now people say that I speak like Drew Barrymore, and I kind of see that. I never knew that I did that before I streamed. My eye, when I get high, the one eye will go a little lower first before the other one. I noticed this because I watch all my streams back. I never knew that. So you're saying red, they get redder? Really? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mom, when are you coming to Indonesia? Never if you keep calling me Mom. I'm no one's mother, okay? I may be older, but I am no one's mother. So you can call me Jennifer, you can call me Cleveland, or you can call me Housewife. But if I come to Indonesia, you have to hook it up so I have a monkey to play with. You guys have monkeys in the trees, right? I want to play with a monkey. So, those are the only things. Change what you call me and get me a monkey to play with, and we'll set it up. We'll call Elon Musk, and he will send down the beam. Or the rocket. I could take a rocket, I suppose. Right? What? Look at this beautiful writing and the emojis. Hi. What is that, Sanskrit? It's beautiful writing. I love it. Hello. Welcome to my chat. Eddie's cracking up. So which one is it? Do we want the Elon Musk beam or a rocket ship? I think the beam. Rocket ship might scare me. I don't like flying. Cheers, chat. We've had a good stream today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm still gonna hang out a little bit longer, but I haven't really streamed, since Mugamoo passed in that last stream. You knew I was gonna, I knew I was gonna lose it, and it was a welcome thing, and I don't regret it. So I'm glad I was able to keep it together today. I'll be honest, I don't think I have a tear left in my body. I think if you beat me to a pulp on this floor right now, I couldn't cry. I've cried so much in the past few days. So I think that part of the grief is over, which I'm glad, because my tear ducts will be happy about that. It's a process, right? Now what's this process? I just learned how to not be so numb and do other things with my time. You guys have to understand, I know I have other pets and everything to take my time, but Muggsy I've had for 16 years. I've had Kittler and Killer for that long, but they're not on my hip constantly. He was on my hip all day long. So that's the only thing I need to get. It's a little bit of habit, but I do want to show you guys something cute. Look right here next to me. Guess whose spot that is? Mugamoo's spot. Yeah, you know it. No one has ever sat there but me on that stream the other day. And after that, guess who started sleeping there? Mr. Black. He's been there pretty much non-stop, and I actually made a funny video about it. So when I'm finished making the next couple videos that are still kind of sad the next day or two, I have a funny one to bust out for you about this. But it's cute, right? That's Muggsy's spot. Mr. Black has taken it. It's not like they've all come and had a chance. It's just Black's spot now. Cute, right? What are we talking about, Heather and Paper Seatbelt? How long has Heather been watching? Okay. Heather! My home slice! Heather, do a hair flip with me. Heather Pooh! Heather's my girl. Heather, I don't know. You were watching me. I think you came to watch me after Daisy and I quit streaming together the first time, right? Because you said that you didn't watch me and Daisy the first time. So let me ask you this, Heather. Were you around when Daisy and I were writing the book every day? I think you came right after that. So it's been a long time. But, Joe Schmo came on with the racial slur tower. Joe Schmo. And hey, mods, don't take him out. Don't take him out. You leave that in there. Thanks, Joe Schmo, for the racial slur tower. Appreciate it. While we don't condone racism in this chat, we don't use words like that. This is a YouTube chat room. And when a streamer has achieved a racial slur tower, it's a stepping stone. So Joe Schmo stays. Okay. But Joe Schmo, you should be nicer. Next time you do a tower, it could say Jennifer. He's like, what the fuck, lady? I know. Thank you, Joe Schmo. Appreciate it. Here's what I'm going to do to that for the rest of my chat. Are you ready, chat? You ready for this? It's happening. Chat. I'm going to spam my own chat. I'm going to spam my own chat. Oh, Joe Schmo! He did Muggsy. He did Muggsy. Doll, thank you for that. You know what? W for you. I appreciate your fucking effort as a chatter. Thank you, sir. Look at me laughing and smiling, okay? Because I myself am a troll, okay? I myself came from being a chatter. Thank you, sir. W to you. I believed when you stopped talking to Daisy at that time, and you found me on your recommendations, Heather. Good to know that. I never knew that about that, Heather. So yes, it was the You missed so much, Heather, with the first Daisy time, because that was wild, girl. And I was like a newborn babe, and I was so stupid and so naive, and I fell for every trick and every bait. And that's when me and Steve were fighting hard. And that's when DJ Darren was coming in here and doxing me. Oh, there's a lot going on at that time, girl. So I am glad you found me. I think you found me right when I started streaming with Melissa. Isn't that correct? Because then you went to Melissa's chat room. You found Melissa through me, correct? Then Melissa modded you, correct? And then there was that whole discrepancy. And then you've been with me ever since. So I love that. Thank you. Pay for seatbelt. I found you summer. You were outside in the flowers. Aw, amazing. I miss my flowers and I miss my front yard. It is a tragedy right now. Holy fucking shit. As you know, paper seatbelt, you are in Ohio. So we have what? A foot of snow right now on the ground. My herb garden will grow back because it does every year. Those are perennials. Herbs, and they will grow back, but my flowers do not. I have to plant them from seed every single year, so I do have the seeds, thank God. I remember where I saved them this year. I'm doing something different this year. Every year I plant my zinnias in their 8th generation. They're going to be 9th this year. I save the seeds, so every year they get older and stronger and bigger and more vibrant. Well, I save seeds from all the colors, but every year I plant all the colors, and it's a rainbow. I always love the white ones the best, and the white ones have like this ombre of maybe a baby pink on it. So I put all the white ones aside, and I'm going to do only white ones in my front yard this year and see what happens. Do you think from a white zinnia seed a pink one could come up, or an orange one? I don't know that answer. I don't think so. So I'm going to try to do my whole front yard in all white. Wouldn't that be beautiful? I thought it would be so cleansing too. And as soon as we can, we'll sage the front yard, the whole perimeter, and salt it. And we'll have such a good herb garden this year. Yeah, it'll be a good year for streaming. It'll be a good spring and a good summer. I'm looking forward to it, you guys. Paper Seatbelt says, I didn't know anything about IP2. What a weird world. Yep. Heather says that was the wrong decision to go over on her channel. Yup. Dope Girl was not my cup of tea. Yup. As Keith would say, yes and yes. Look, I tried with that fucking... You gotta admit I tried. Even though it looked like I didn't at the end, I tried. And I actually had feelings for that girl. And I think that Paper Seatbelt could say the same thing. She tried. She tried in her way. She actually had feelings for that girl. Look, Dope Girl is not the type of person that actually cares about that kind of shit. She doesn't care about other people. If she did, she'd have her kid and her dog, okay? So no. We live and we learn. She's entertaining for a minute, and she'll fool you, right? And you may want to think, oh, she could do bad. But no. She just wants to smoke the meth and be homeless and do bad things. So we learn and we get away from those things as quick as we can. And then we pick up the pieces and try to put our YouTube channel back together after that. And then we get rid of at least 75 of her alts. And then we peek in on her stream every single one of the summer where she mentions me. You know, I don't have an alt, you guys. I have a backup channel, Cleveland Housewife. I don't have an alt. And if I did, I wouldn't spend my time pretending I was someone else on someone's channel that I hate. You know why? Because I have a husband to fuck. Because I have dishes to do. Because I have a floor to sweep. Because I have a bubble bath to take. Like, it freaks me out that people that are grown adults would actually make an alt spend the time to just troll someone they hated. That they say they hate. If you hate them, then why are you spending so much time looking at them? Look, I would check in on Dope Girl's channel over the summer because people would say, you know, she's talking about you nonstop. And I would say, no, she's not. She probably just brings me up what's wrong. No. They would say to me, she's talking about you nonstop. Just dip in for 5 minutes during one of her streams and look. And I would do that. And there she was talking about me. Like obsessing on me. Bizarre behavior. So, whatever. She can't wear my skin because she cannot fit into it. So, and it was weird that she said that I was all trying to be like her. Like, why? Under what? Were you guys watching the same TV show I was watching? When did I ever act like her? Thought I was a nice girl and kind of took that mess under my wing. Didn't work out, but Jesus Christ, she said a lot of weird shit. That is called meth psychosis. By the way, it's a real thing. Meth psychosis is a real thing. You actually believe things that are not real. She actually believes she's not homeless. She actually believes it's okay to be in a home with minors on Bubble Boots' couch. Good job, Bubble Boots. Enabling much? Yeah. So when we learn that it's like Daisy, you know, I really thought she was a healer. I really thought she was this mystical creature helping homeless people. But then when I got to know that she was the exact opposite, that's loser behavior. I don't want to hang with that anymore. Same with Melissa. I thought she was this really sweet homeless girl trying to get her kid back and trying to get her shit to... No, that was all a lie. She was straight doing porn on YouTube, selling crazy. Hi, B! You coming back in? Good to see you. Yeah, I know. Are you okay? I digress. Let me check on Baxter. I feel like he's looking for Muncie. Hi, are you looking for somebody? Are you okay? Were you in okay, you were in that room. You alright? Is there anything I can do for you? Can I give you a kissy? I love you so much. I miss him too. It's okay though. I love ya. Yeah. Oh, you're a handsome little gremlin. You're a handsome little gremlin. And you smell good. You smell good after your bath. You do. You do too. Okay, come on in if you wanna. Come on, buddy. See, he's just kind of standing there. He's doing a lot of that. He's doing a lot of like looking around corners. Oh, he just farted. Did you hear that? He just farted. Are you farting? He just laid down. Did you hear that fart? Good for you, B. Baxter's just farting around. That's so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna grind this up. I'm gonna pack it. I'm gonna smoke it with you, and then I'm gonna abandon stream. So I think we got, let's go 15 to 30 minutes here. How's that sound? But yes, Skippy is upstairs. So. Oh, paper seatbelt might have heard it. Yes, it was good. It was good, forceful, powerful fart. You guys want to know something about that? There's something I've never told stream. Baxter farts a lot. Okay, we adopted Baxter 2 years ago from his family. They told us a lot of things about Baxter, but what they didn't tell us was that he has a collapsing esophagus and trachea, and he coughs all the time, needs medical attention. They didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us he was going blind. No, they didn't tell us that part either. What else didn't they tell us? This is very interesting. You guys know I've rescued a lot of dogs. A lot of things. A lot of strange things with dogs. Medical, whatever. Behaviors. No. Baxter farts all the time. He is afraid of his farts. They scare him. Every single time he farts, and I'm not exaggerating, every single time. And he runs, and he looks at his butt, and he'll run as fast as he can to the other side of the room and look at us. Like it's never happened in his life, and and he has no idea what's going on. At first, Skip and I were like, what the fuck? But no, it never stops. He probably farts 20 times a day, and 20 times a day, he's like a rocket launcher. If he is just laying down sleeping and he farts, he will get up, look there, and just run, and like be very upset about it. We tried to console him. We told doctor, he's checked, everything's fine in that area. Like, he said he's just afraid of his farts. I don't know what to tell you. Have you ever? And okay, so I'm asking as the streamer to my chat, have you ever encountered that in a dog? Because I'm not. It's a lot of crazy town. Baxter, we're talking about you. Oh, I should be having this on camera. Paper seatbelt and Heather. I need you to be on Weed Watch. Trying to monetize the stream, and I just showed shit that I probably can't even hit that button now. Dang it. Paper seatbelt. What exactly? Did I just show everything? I did, didn't I? Damn it. Let's sit this way. Let's sit here and talk to Black. Hi, Black. You're sleeping? I love that he's in Muggsy's spot. I love that. Let's just celebrate that for a minute. Ready, Sesh? Heather says, yep. No, I did. Well, it's not your job, Paper Seatbelt. Like, I was just asking you now that I've fucked up to watch me from now on. It isn't your job, but if you notice, let me know. Because god dang it, you know? AI gotta catch that one. I was trying so hard. 2 hours and 26 seconds, too. No, 2 hours and 26 minutes. Good one. Good one, chat. Thanks for being around for this. Oh, dang it. Now Baxter walked back in. I don't smoke when he's in here. Let me go put him in the other room with Skip. I know. I'm gonna get you, bud. You guys talk to Black for a minute. BRB. Come here. Come here. Come here and have a cookie. Taylor, come here and have a cookie. Hey, hey, hey. What's this? There you go. How's Krampus doing? Krampus is doing great, but he's still in the room because he refuses to come out. I'm going to try to let Tom Thumb in there today to see him while I'm standing there again. Last time it ended up with, you know, Tom Thumb hitting him in the head, but Mr. Black was up there. Hey! Killer, you don't bite at Baxter. The fuck, people? Alright, it's chaos in here. Oh, God bless you. And then there's sneezing. Farting, sneezing, barking, and biting. That's what's going on in Cleveland. Okay, the end of this, it's gonna get a little yucky. The gummies kind of come together again. Hope you the happiest life. Thank you. I am having the happiest life. Why do you look sad? No offense. Oh, I am sad. This is a sad stream. My dog just died. It's the first stream I've had. Not crying, so yeah. We're not having an extra happy spinning stream. It's going to be a process for me. Yeah, the house is wild right now. And I went to put Baxter up with Skip, but Skip is in the shower, so no, can't do that. So Baxter's right here. Yeah, so I'm sad because my dog died. I can't think of a better excuse. You say, oh, I'm sorry, I lost my dog 3 months ago as well. It hurts really bad. Yeah, it does. If you want to see him, you should check out my page. He was the star of the show. Everybody knew him. He was famous. He had clippers. He had reaction channels. He had haters. He was 25 years old. He was a 25-year-old little chihuahua with a little spirit and the look of a 2-year-old puppy. He was absolutely amazing. He just died last week. This week. He just died this week. Paper seatbelt. I still have my dog's blanket and bed all out. I can't bring myself to get rid of that. Yeah, you've said that before, and that's fine. That's fine to do. You know, I do too, but my excuse is Baxter and Killer are using it now. I just have an excuse to use, you know. So, Muggsy was buried or cremated with his favorite blankets. That little black and red blanket, the Jack and Sally blanket we got him for his birthday. He was always in that little black and red Jack and Sally blanket right here. So we buried him with that and another one of his blankets around that. And he was also buried with a bunch of pictures of me and Skip and the other animals. And flowers. Do we still have the big dog bed? Yes, but we keep it in the other room. In the room that I don't film, we have, you know, I don't film a lot of my house. So there's another room that is a bigger, like, living family room. It's in there because it's like when the whole point of that was when Muggsy got sick or when he started having a seizure and dying, I could be in there with him. But we just used it for, like, watching TV in the other room and laying out and stuff. When Muggsy died, he was dying on this couch, and then he was brought up to the bedroom, so we didn't even use that bed. It's still in the other room right now. We use it. I actually love it. And sometimes I'll pull it out in here, but it's just too big for this front area, you know? Hi, Claire. Good to see you again. Ooh. Don't call me when I'm streaming. This is my ringer. Now you guys know it. Of course, what else would I I know, when I used to be talking to Daisy, I would have a panic attack every time I heard that, which would be about every 14 minutes. I know, and I had my ringer turned off for a long time because of Daisy. She scared me when she called a lot. She yelled at me a lot. I don't know why. She had a lot of lists of things for me to do. What am I watching? Crazy Lady. You're watching Crazy Lady talking smack about herself. What about that? And maybe smoking a little schmott. Claire says, you've done that dog proud, honey. Thank you. Paper Seatbelt says, I like to study things about Victorian mourning customs, by the way. Ooh, good to know. So, Paper Seatbelt, you know the story about my old haunted house that I lived in with the bin, and I've been posting about that lately. My haunted house that I lived in right before here, and it was in Cleveland, on West 97th Street. So it was haunted as fuck, curse on the wall. It was 125 years old. I did research on it. It was the biggest house in a 2 to 3 block radius. And it was the house, and it had the parlor in the front. And so that house would have the funerals in the Victorian days for everyone in that area. Ooh. So, yeah, we only lived there for 4 months. And when Skip and I lived somewhere, we lived somewhere for a long time. But that place, it ran us out, like the Poltergeist movie. Like, if you've ever seen those movies and you're like, just get out of the house. You're watching the movie and you're like, just why don't they leave? Why don't they leave? Why don't they leave the shit there? Well, that's what we did. and it was real. And the house was moaning and making noises as we left. People drove by and told us, leave, this house will kill your dogs, it killed my, leave. There was the curse on the wall, there was a shape of a demon in the wood on the wall, everything was wrong, it was haunted as fuck. And we got scared, and we got a U-Haul one day, and we left after 4 months. We left that bin there, and you know the story about that. I've posted it on any Ax, you can see it on my page, on any Axum cam video here on YouTube. You can just type in woman found in bin tote in Cleveland. Yeah, well, Skip and I left that tote there. And the next guy that moved in was such a demonic, crazy in the house. Demons got to him that he kidnapped a woman, tied her up in the basement, kept her there, beat her, did something in the attic. They found blood there, and then he put her inside that tote that was me and Skip's tote. It used to keep our VHS tapes in it that we were collecting. And there's video of that. There's video of that on my page right now. It's the big gray haunted house in Cleveland. So, when you talk about funeral stuff, I believe some of that house is haunted because it had funerals there in the Victorian days. It had the funerals of everybody who lived around there. You could walk in the house and you could feel it was haunted. But that one particular room, paper seatbelt, was the parlor. It was small. It was the room with the fireplace mantle. And you could, as soon as you walked in the doorway, and it was a room within a room. I don't think you're a witch, so you understand, it was a room within a room already. So that was odd. But as soon as you walked in, and you could even put your hand in, and it was just like a science fiction movie. It would be like from normal to Jello, normal to thick, normal to cartoon. You would walk in there, and the air would just be thick. It's the only way I can describe it. And evil. I'm a sensitive, so I can feel spirits, but I can't hear or see them. So it was very crowded in there. It was so thick, full of Jello, I could not make my way in there. The one thing I put in there was my picture of Mary Keoki Monroe. And right next to her is a picture of her home and a picture of her angel statue, the tombstone. So I had put those 3 things above the mantle to kind of help protect me and help the house. But that house was used as a funeral parlor because they didn't have funeral parlors back then. They would use someone's home. That's where the term family room came from, because they would have a parlor and they would have a living room and a family room. And the living room is where the people would stay in the Victorian days, the people that were alive. And the family room, or the parlor, is where they would lay the dead out. So I also am huge on Victorian stuff. Also, Mary's mom was Victorian, and she had lost not only Mary, but 7 of her babies and her husband. All of, typhoid, scarlet fever, those type of Victorian things. But she had a lot of loss, and she had buried all of them, Mary, her 7 babies, and her husband, in another plot in another cemetery until she got her Victorian cemetery plot set up in another cemetery, which is miles away. Beautiful, gothic, and it was like something they did on a Sunday afternoon. They would all picnic at the cemetery. There was a fountain there. It was beautiful. So that's where Mary's statue is now, encased in glass. It is and I always talk about Mary, but it's not just her plot. It's her mom, her dad, her aunt, her uncle, her cousins, her grandma. It's a plot of 21 souls, including the babies, including the 7 babies. There's an obelisk right next to Mary's statue that's even taller than Mary's statue, just dedicated to the 7 babies that were lost. And then next to that is Mom and Dad Nelson, who was Mary's mom lost before she lost Mary. And on her tombstone, it only says this, what it says on my bracelet: she hath done what she could. I never take this off. I used to not just sit in front of Mary's tombstone to get energy. I would sit on top of Mary's mother's grave that had this epitaph on it. And that woman went through a lot of loss. She was a Baptist, Heather. She was a huge religious, holy roller Baptist. They were very rich. And when Mary Keoki died and all the money was left to her mother donated a lot of it to the Baptist Cleveland Church. And another huge chunk of it she donated to the Lenni Lenape Indians, which people then hated. They were like the migrants back then. And Mary's mom donated to them, helped them, was always funding them, giving them money. That's why Mary Keoki's name is Mary Keoki. Keoki means our daughter in Lenape Indian language. So, I take a lot of pride in that cemetery because I did a lot of volunteer work. Yeah, I had that statue in my home for years, but that is nothing to say compared to what I did for the 20 years after that in that cemetery, planting flowers. It's a city cemetery, so they don't even weed there. The place was so overgrown, and you can see on my website that I have the before and after picture, just overgrown, disgusting looking to beautiful. And Skip and I would drop, Skip would drop a couple $100 a summer, and we'd just go and weed, plant flowers, and lay mulch and leave. We didn't take any responsibility for it. Actually, the rule there was no planting allowed. So we were rogue planting. Look, the cemetery knew I was doing it. They didn't have a problem with it. They didn't say anything. They weren't going to stop me anyways. That house should be knocked down. Yes, so agreed. And a couple things about that. So the dude is still in jail, okay? The lady is paralyzed, is special needs because she lost some of her brain, and she's living in a facility now, like a nursing home facility. Like she couldn't even go home and stay with her family. And that happened in that home. That happened in the home with my things around her. She was put in that bin. She wouldn't have been in that bin if it wasn't for me. It's my fault. She was in that bin. When you leave a house, when you move out of a house, it's your responsibility to clean your shit out of there. Okay, we always have. Skip and I are that people. We always get our money back, blah, blah, blah. We're good, responsible tenants. No, not this time. We left almost everything there except for our antiques and our dogs, and we ran. So when I found out about that bin, the first time I watched it, Skip and I was literally inches from my TV watching it like this. Like, I was like screaming at Skip, like, that's our bin, that's our bin. And he's like, I know. I said, that's our fault. And he's like, no. He said, it's the house's fault. The house got into him. He was probably a bad guy anyways. But unfortunately, that woman didn't escape it. I sometimes want to, like, and I want to, like, find out the facility that she's in. I want to send her a card and write her, like, a note. Like, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I wouldn't write her like it was my bin or anything like that. Just anonymous, be like, I'm sorry you had to go through that house and feel that energy, and I'm sorry that happened to you, and maybe send her some flowers. I would like to do that someday because I have a feeling of responsibility there, and I know I'm not responsible. But had I not left that fucking bin there, something else, you know. Well, maybe the bin saved her life. Maybe the guy would have killed her. I don't know. He did a lot of damage to her, and I feel real bad about that. And when I was living in that house, you know, when I first saw that curse on the wall, why did I leave the curse on the wall? I remember, because it was in the parlor, and I remember thinking, I'm going to paint over it. And then 4 months went by and we ran out of there. And I remember looking at it the last day thinking, it's still there on the wall. Why is it still there? I think it was like the house kind of took over me and it wouldn't let me take the curse down. There was another part of the house where, like, it was so old, it had natural wood walls. Well, you know, wood has a grain in it. You know, there's a grain to the wood. Well, distinctly in the part of this one grain of the wood from floor to ceiling was a demon outlined in black wood outside of the grain, and what you saw was a demon with 2 hooves and 2 legs, the tail, 2 like nasty ass arms, a wing, and like a goat's head with horns. So that's what I saw on my wall every day, and I could do nothing about it because it was ingrained in the wood, and it wasn't like someone did that, it was naturally in the wood. And it took Tinkerbell. A woman once, we were doing yard work out front one day, and a woman drove by and she said, you know, I used to live there. I said, oh yeah? She goes, you know that place is haunted, it will kill your dog. everyone who's lived there before me, before you, I know the story. It will kill you and your dog. She goes, did you see the curse? I said, I did see the curse. What's up with that? She goes, it's real. She goes, how long have you been here? A month? It was like she already knew how long I had been there. She goes, I lasted 2 months and it killed 2 of my dogs. So I lasted 4 months and it killed Tinkerbell. So there's that. He would have found something anyways. What, the guy? You don't think it was the house that got into him? You think he was bad anyways? Well, I think it's probably both. I think it's probably both. Look, me and Skip were good people, and the house didn't make us want to do bad things to bad people, but the house was alive. And the house took your deepest fears in your mind, and it let you know that it knew. I don't know how else to describe to you that. So whatever your weakness is, that house was going to bring that out. So if that guy was a bad guy and he moved in there, I think that house was going to bring it out of him, rather than if he moved to the tower apartments down the street, he'd probably still be hiding that within himself more. So yeah, I don't think it was totally the house. I think it was him and it together. It was scary. So if you haven't seen those videos, they're on my page. They're on my posts with links to the Axum body footage, which is right after I moved there, and the cops had the footage from their chest footage from when they go in. They talk to the guy says there's no woman in here. The guy goes so far as to say, I work undercover for you guys are ruining, you gotta leave. The cops were like, we're not leaving, we hear there's a woman tied in your basement. So the story is that then they go in the house, and then the guy turned the music up real loud because he knew the lady was in the bin and she was moaning for help. And he was talking to the cops. He's like, yeah, I'll show you around. You show me around. Then they show you the living room and stuff. And the living room is where that demon is in the wall. He takes them into the funeral room. I think he takes them upstairs and shows them in the bathroom, which the bathroom was pretty big in that house. And then he takes them up into the attic, and then one cop noticed blood on the attic floor. That attic was scary as fuck. The attic did take my cat one day, and it took it under the boards. And there were old, like, oak boards, and the cat couldn't get out. You ever hear those stories where a mother lifts a car off her baby? I couldn't get the cat out from under the floorboards. There was no way I could even use a hammer to open the floorboards. Somehow, the strength in me just ripped one off and grabbed the cat out of there. I don't care if you believe that or not. That was real. So, yeah, it made them worse. Very scary house. So you can see then the cops telling the guy, you need to turn the music down. And the guy's like, no, we keep the music loud around here, which is true. In that area, they had loud music all the time. Cop is like, turn down the music. He said, no, we're going to keep it on. Cop goes and turns it down himself. The other cop goes, I hear someone asking for help, and you hear it. You hear a woman going, help me, and moaning. The cop has no idea where it's coming from. There is a what used to be probably an outdoor porch, but probably in the 30s or 40s they redid it, so it's an indoor porch. So the cops are in there. They hear him moaning. They don't know where it's coming from. They go outside. They look under that porch. You know how there's like a crawl space? No. They go back into the porch where they're standing. They hear him moaning. It's right at their feet. There's a bin at their feet. The guy opens the bin. There is a woman in there like this. The cop says, Jesus Christ, he's shocked. And she says, help me. And he's like, we got you now, girl. We got you. What did he do to you? And then she says, he broke my arm. I'm paralyzed. And he raped me and he tied me up. So there was that much at that moment. She says, get me out of here. The cop says, no, I can't. I have to wait till EMS comes, because if you say you're paralyzed and you're in this position, I cannot move you. I will do more damage. And she's like, am I going to live? And it is so heartbreaking to watch this, you guys. This woman in my porch, in my bin, in this amount of pain, with a Cleveland police officer in shock. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. So that is the story. What you don't know is the footage of this house that I posted the other day. Skip just drove by with his buddy who drives him home from work. Drove him by this house so Skip could film the house at night. Skip has always said he's going to do this, and I always tell him, no, you're not allowed, because I don't want you driving by that house, because that house will recognize you, and I don't want you getting near it again. I'm scared for you. So he didn't listen to me this time. You know, he had his buddy drive him by. Thanks, Nico. And he got this footage of the house. If you guys just look at the footage alone without knowing the story, holy shit, it's terrifying. If you guys Google this house, I think it's 3711 West 97th. I think that's it. You can see on the Google, there is demon faces in the windows. I'm not shitting you, and it's not matrixing. So I have lived in one of the most haunted houses ever where shit really happened after the fact. That was crazy. All you did yesterday was watch scary films that sound like this? Oh my god. I have a hard time watching scary movies lately. I've tried to watch Black Phone 2 lately. Have you guys been able to watch that? But it's scaring the fuck out of me, and I haven't been able to get through it. Black Phone 2, who's seen it? I loved Black Phone 1, but Black Phone 2, I can't get through it. It's too scary. Which was the one that you watched yesterday, Claire? I'm curious. Have you guys watched? I watched something really good, and I don't see a lot of good shit on TV, so I'm going to give this one a shout out. All Her Fault. Have you guys seen that? It was like a docuseries. I don't know what it was on. It was either on HBO or Prime or something like that. It was called All Her Fault, and it was about 8 shows of it. About the kidnapped child and the lady and the husband, and the way it ended was amazing. So if you guys need something good to watch, that was really good. All Her Fault. Oh, you watched Annabelle. Well then, Claire, let me just take you over to Annabelle. Do you need to see her? Do you need to say something to her? Wait a second. Skippy's coming in during Annabelle. Hi, Skippy. We're filming Annabelle. Okay, say something to chat about Annabelle.
Hi, chat. Be wary.
Be wary of Annabelle?
Yeah.
Okay, you've heard it from Skippy himself. So, I made this. You know, it is hyper-realistic. It's life-size. She stays in there. Everything about her is exact. So, Claire, when are you coming over to play with me and Annabelle? I know. And then I have all kinds of little ones. You know, I just make haunted dolls that are haunted. So, look, I just bought this gnome the other day. How good is this one for spring? It's feeling spring. So this haunted doll I recently made. It's locked, though. We put a lock on this one. And some rosaries. She's in there. I recently did a video with her. She's my baddie bitch. She's my baddie friend. But she's good because she has a little drawer. We have more religious things in there. Okay, Baxter. I know, baby cake. Come on in. Come in this room. So that's Annabelle. I can't tell you, Claire, how many Annabelles I've made. Not even to mention, that's the real Annabelle, right? I've made so many from the movies, The Conjuring. I'll try to find a picture and post it this week. I probably made 50 to 75 porcelain Annabelles. The ones from the movie. The porcelain one with the braids and the white dress and the red ribbon. And I would order the white dress and I would get the red ribbon and sew it in there and get a doll that was similar and put her hair and pigtails in the braids and paint the face just like Annabelle. There's literally hundreds of my Annabelles all over the world because the only one I have is that one. The one I brag about the most is the one I sold to Puerto Rico. And she was that type. She wasn't a Raggedy Ann. She was a porcelain-looking one, but she was 3 feet tall. Okay, I got $899 for her. And apparently the story was they had a car dealership. They were going to put her in front of the car dealership near Halloween. I don't know. So it cost a lot of money for shipping to send her to Puerto Rico. They paid for it. So I was excited. So outside of U.S., I've only sold that to Puerto Rico and one thing in Switzerland. So I'm always excited when I can tell that story. I've seen that video of police apprehending that man and finding the woman, High Mystic says. Yes. Yes. They do apprehend him. He does go to jail, and he is still in prison for it. Thank God. But that doesn't take away what he did to that woman. She'll never be okay. So you have seen that. So that's why I live here. Because we ran from that house. Because it was scaring us. It was hurting us. It was traumatizing us to live there. We couldn't live there. It was like I can't tell you everything because I won't, because I don't want to. You know I'm a white witch, and you know that I sage and I salt and I protect and I bind. There wasn't enough sage in the fucking world to protect me in that place. It was demonic. It wasn't residual energy from the funeral parlor. That was there too. Okay, so it was a lot. But there was demonic energy in that place. And it was killing me and my family. And it did kill my little Tinkerbell dog. It did. Look, she was old too. But I do believe, Skip and I always say she sacrificed herself for us to get out of there alive. Oh, little Tinkers. Hear that, Tinkers? Yeah, and I meant you, Chatter. Alright, I'm going to put something in chat. Are you ready? That's for you, chat. That is for you. That is for you. Yes, I'm married. The name of my channel is The Real Housewife of Cleveland, so I'm a housewife. I've been married for over 18 years to my soulmate, Skippy. He just came in a minute ago. He went back out to film a train. Why is he filming a train? Because he is also a photographer. He films shit like that. He also has a YouTube channel. He also has a Kick. He also has a Twitch. He also has a TikTok. He also has a Rumble. He also has a Scoops. It's all by the same name. Why don't you guys go check him out? It's at Cleveland, Ohio 216 Media. No matter where you go, the name of his channel is Cleveland. He films Cleveland stuff. That's it. You'll never see him like this. You'll never see him talking to you. He's behind the camera. He's Stanley Kubrick. He's giving you content. He thinks what I do is crazy. And you know what? He's fucking right. Heather. Tiny Magamu. Yes, Heather has put it in chat. So all of you, why don't you go give my husband some subs today? Sub up, fam. Subscribe to my husband. Go see what he's posting. He's out filming a train right now. Yeah, the train goes by and he's right there. And I'm like, Skip, get the fuck away from the train. He's like, I'm filming it. Yeah, so he puts a lot of great content out. Much unlike my channel. It's more like I'm the chick channel and he's the boy channel. Hence, he's Cleveland and I'm the Real Housewife of Cleveland. Hence, I am Barbie and he is Ken. And those of you who have doxed us will get that joke. Ha ha ha. If you know, you know. If you don't, I ain't telling you. So that's weird. Hi, Mystic, that you've seen that before and you didn't even know it was me. Interesting, huh? Really, really fucking interesting. Ooh, I got it to work. Ah, no smoke came out? What the actual fuck? Why are you killing me? Do you see the Scorpio? Oh, it hits hard when it hits. Holy shit. My poor little pink lungs. 2 hours and 57 minutes. We're going to take it into 3. And then I'm going to abandon stream. I want to thank you guys for coming in today. Hanging out with me. We had a good stream, right? We talked about spirituality. We talked about politics, right? We banned a bunch of people. I'm going to go watch it again when I get home from work tonight. Well, High Mystic, all you have to do to see it is go on my channel. Literally in the past 2 weeks, I have posted the house where Skippy drove by. And then I did a side-by-side collab, which you can see, which is that driving by the house. and the woman in the bin. And then when you see that woman in the bin, when I mean collab, that means I shared it with the page, the Axum Police Cam. The link is right there. You just have to click it so you don't have to go searching for it. It's right on my page, you guys. So just look for that gray house. I think there's 2 videos, and there's some on my community posts that are moving back to it. If you don't know that story, watch it. If you've ever seen the movie Poltergeist, it is exactly fucking like that. And we are that family that ran out. But then after that, I became a YouTuber and saw weirder shit going on the YouTube with my bin. That poor lady. Oh, you're trimming gelato cake today? Oh, well, gelato cake is a good strain. Wait, do you know that gelato is the only strain that Daisy the Venice Healer smokes? So she says. I don't know if I believe that. But she has said that for years. That I think it's strawberry gelato is the only weed that Daisy the Venice Healer smokes. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? But gelato cake, I don't know that I've had gelato cake. I've had strawberry gelato. I've had gelato. I think I've had gelato kush. Cleveland Police also has a YouTube channel. Cleveland Police is subscribed to The Real Housewife of Cleveland. Cleveland Police is subscribed to Skip's channel, Cleveland, at Cleveland, Ohio 216 Media, and we are subscribed to them for numerous reasons. They are featured all the time on Skip's channel. They know Skip. Skip is that YouTuber that films them around town, and they're like, there you are, dude. The police around here know Skip. Also, the police know me. You know the police, I have a open cyber case. The police watch my channel. You know that once a month I have this phone plugged into a device at the police station trying to catch my fucking loser harassers that bug me at my house. So, we're friends with the police. We like the police. We are Blue Lives Matter. Yeah, paper seatbelt. I mean, even if it's white and rolling around the pookie, she gonna smoke it. Yo. Like, are you guys watching the same show I am? Like, that is meth. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. There's no way you would not talk to your mom, your children, your friends around you that are trying to help you, and say that your tribe is a bunch of meth heads on the beach, but you don't smoke meth. But you act like you smoke meth. Get the fuck out of here, Daisy the Venice Healer. Get the fuck out of here, Lindsay. You can say anything you want, but you fucking a meth head, bitch. You would be jumping around the beach in a bullhorn, talking smack. You'd be trying to fix your life and talk to your children. That chick is high as a fucking kite. Did you see her a couple months ago when she was skateboarding and her teeth went through her chin? Like, it's like, lady, you're like 45 years old. Your kids are 17, 16. They want to see you. What are you doing? Oh, I forgot. You're hanging out with VP. Good idea. Good idea. You can both do meth together, but both pretend that you're not doing meth together. So when VP goes to the bathroom, she'll do meth privately, but come out and say, oh, hi, I'm fine, I don't do drugs, Daisy. And then Daisy will go to the bathroom and hit the bong a couple of times, come out and say, I don't have weed, I don't smoke anything, because I'm a healer. And these two go and pretend like they're anything. Ha ha! That's the greatest show I ever saw in my life. Oh my God. You've been watching this new clipper, Local Times? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, her husband is somewhere far away from her. He told her he was never coming back. And by the way, she kicked him out of her house that night because he was smoking cigarettes in there. How dare he? I mean, I wouldn't want anyone smoking cigarettes in my house, but if you agree to never see the man again and you're still going to marry him, maybe we should rethink that, people. Maybe we should rethink that. I don't know. She was telling everybody because she was doing that so she could get pregnant again and she could have all these babies and have everybody in the meth circle take care of her babies. Well, what y'all don't know, and I don't think I've ever said this on stream, Daisy can't have babies. She can't have children. The last child she had She had her C-section so far down that the doctor wanted to put it up here. Daisy said, no, you'll see that in my bikini. I work at the Playboy Mansion serving drinks. That can't be. Put it here. He said, no. She said, yes. He said, no. She said, yes. He said, if I do this, you can, your cervix, your abdomen, you can never have another child. She said, I don't care. I want to look beautiful. So he did that. Not only did she tell me that, but her mother told me that. Her mother has numerously told me that that woman cannot have children. That's why she's running around screaming about it. Because she's all content. So her husband is smart. He ran away. If you watched the wedding, you watched her husband and that guy make fun of her the entire time. They just wanted to be on YouTube. They just wanted to make a little bit of Americano history, and they did. They joked about it the whole time. And she knows it. Fucking a joke. This vape is heaven. And I'm supposed to be cutting down on the vape. Remember I quit the vape? And then I cut way down on it? And I did. And I've really cut down on it. But dang, this one. And it's got a little Scorpio on it. Look at you, you little Scorpio. You know, this is all astrological on my neck. So it says Scorpio there. That's all like my Scorpio sign in the stars. And they're alone up top. That's the sign of the Scorpio. So that's what this whole neck tattoo is. It's about me being a Scorpio. Because I'm a triple Scorpio. And if you don't know about astrology, you have a moon, a sun, and a house, and it's all in different. Mine's all in Scorpio, or it all leads to Scorpio. Triple Scorpio. What you've heard about Scorpios is true. We are rare, but we are the most loyal you will ever find. But if you fuck us, you better run. Okay? So it's like that. And I'm 3 times that. So as crazy as I am, I'm triple crazy. And as smart and as fun as you think I am, I'm smart and I'm fun 3 times more. And also when I get sad, I'm 3 times as sad. Oh, Claire, you're a Leo? So is my husband. Skippy is a Leo, okay? So what you're seeing on my neck there, that's the sign of the Leo intertwined with the Scorpio. So I have the sign of the Leo on my body. Oh, I think I have it here too. I have it on my wrist. I have the sign of the Leo here on my wrist, Claire. Right there. Uh-huh. So I know all about Leos. When I was a club kid, I lived with Troy and David. And we all worked at the Aqualon and had this huge place where the New York club kids, RuPaul, Michael Alec would come and stay. Well, Troy was a Leo. And that's the only reason that I could have a friend and a roommate like that. We were very close for a long time. I ended up not being friends with him eventually and telling him off, but that's a different story. But yeah, Leos are probably my favorite other sign. I don't get along with a lot of people in the world. I just don't. I'm not a people person. I've been burned. I've been hurt. I have walls up that you could not even imagine. And I like it that way. I like being alone. So if I let you in, you're probably a Leo. And I'm really going to like my Leos. So Leos have a special place in my heart. I think Daisy was a Pisces. So I do have a lot of people in my life that come through my life that are Pisces, but it never works out. You feel me? Like, I go hard with them, but it never seems to work out. But Pisces do seem to come and go with me a lot, I notice. Aquarius is never good. My mom is an Aquarius. So I really, even if I connect with an Aquarius, there just always seems to be a weirdness. But those are really the only astrological signs that I really care about. Now, my father was a Scorpio. He was born the day after me. My birthday's November 17th. His is November 18th. Yeah, so I really am into astrology, and I think it's huge. Can you guys hear the cat? That's Mr. Black, if you can hear him. Black! Come tell YouTube! Excuse me. Okay, let's hit this a time or two. Oh, we've gone over 3 hours. Exciting, right? Let's hit this. What about a Capricorn? I just don't know. I just don't know. Is that what you are? Because I don't know any Capricorn. I've never been around Capricorns. I can't say I know of a Capricorn. I have nothing good, nothing bad to say. It's just like, I only about astrological signs have to say what I just said. Every other sign, I just don't have experience with them. I'm that girl that I've always hung around a certain type of person or to myself. So, yeah, I don't know that I've ever. The only sign you don't like is Aries. See, I don't know any Aries either. Is Aries the bull? Is that the bull? So I think you're not supposed to like. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Taurus. But Aries is kind of a bull too, no? I think Aries has a reputation like I do, like Scorpio, like we're mean. And trust me, we are. We can be the meanest in the world, but first we're nice. We'll never be mean to you first. We will never be mean to you first. But if you were mean to us even a little bit, we might kill your entire family type shit. Like, right? Like, behead you, hide you in the wall, drywall over it, put a fancy wallpaper, light candles that smell like vanilla. So, you know, it's just how we go. Elvis. I had no idea why you just said Elvis. I just know Elvis is in my chat. You dated a Scorpio. Well, I'm sorry, paper seatbelt, because Scorpio men, from my knowledge, are tragic. My father was a Scorpio. They're the worst. The worst. So I'm sorry. That's my experience. Nothing worse on the planet than a male Scorpio. They will fucking eat you alive. Yes, they will. And spit you out. For sure. And there's nothing as sweet on the planet as a Leo man. Really. Leo men. They're the sweet. That's what I have is Skippy. So sweet. Just like angelic. Like, why are you so chill all the time? Capricorn. See, I have no experience with Capricorns either. But you and your man connect. That's quite obvious. I'll have to go look up in the book and see how you guys, what it says about your guys' astrology. I'd be interested to see it. Because you know what the astrology book says about me and Skip? It says it will never work. So, 18 years later, we're still going strong. And you're saying, and he was trash. I believe it. So you know about Scorpio chicks then. You know, we're definitely something. That's for sure. We're definitely something. We're something different. We're a different flavor. And if you're on our good side, you know how that feels. And if you're on our bad side, you know how that feels. And even though you were on my bad side for a long time, Paper Seatbelt, I really didn't let you know how that felt. I let everybody else know, but I gave you a break because I kind of saw through you. I knew why you did that, and I knew you were trying to help Melissa, and I know you really at that moment believed that my intent wasn't good, and you were wrong, and you know that now. And that's fine. We make mistakes. Your mother's a Sagittarius. Holy shit. That's a lot, right? So a woman Sagittarius might be worse in a harsh way than a woman Scorpio. Right? Your mom's a lot, right? I bet she's wonderful, but like I bet like when she's good, but when she is bad, right? I bet. Sag women, they're powerful too. They're powerful. Listen to me, I'm so congested. Stuffy. Are you going to send me a super chat, Steven? Look, Not only do they match my pajamas, but they match my toenails. Are you going to send me a super chat now? You know I used to be a professional foot fetish model. You know that, right? And if it wasn't for Melissa, I could prove that. Haha. I used to love having all my old suicide stuff on here and my old foot fetish stuff on here. I don't have that anywhere else. You know what? I do probably have it on some of our old computers in storage. Like when our computers get fucked or die, like my old Mac Pro, I bet it's on there. But I threw it against the wall and poured red Kool-Aid on it, as you know, so it sits in a bag till I one day fix it. God knows if I'll ever see those videos again. But I took pride in my foot fetish videos. I did a lot of good work modeling my feet. And I'm proud of that. Foot Slut Army. And if you ever see my TikTok live streams, there's a lot of this. There's a lot of this. I have a lot of foot people giving me money on the TikTok to see my feet. I don't know why. I also have you normal people coming in there wanting to hear about my life. But boy, what is with the feet? I don't like feet. I'm not into feet. But I somehow have always managed to cater to weird fetishes. I don't know. I will exploit it and make money off of it. Call me insane. I don't understand it. I have beautiful feet. Have I ever given a foot job? You know, wouldn't you love to know? Why don't you go to Pornhub and look that up? Because I'm not going to be talking about things like that on this channel. We have nice people in this channel. We're not talking about foot jobs, weirdo. Jesus Christ. See, with the fetishists, you give them an inch and they take a mile. It's just like Sean Believer out there. I play the radio for him. He doesn't thank me. He wants me to do it again. Yeah, well, they're definitely, you know, first things, I'm a girly girl. So I never go without painting my toes, and they always match. Even if I don't have stuff on my fingernails, I will always have stuff on my toenails, plus a glitter layer over it, okay? That's never going to change till the day I die. And I told Skip, if I die and my toes are not done, before you call anyone, you fucking do my toes, because I'm not going to be a ghost in the eternity. And I call it ghost toes. You guys have heard me talk about ghost toes before. I'm not going to live eternity without my toes looking like this, okay? I will wear different shades of pink, but it's usually the brightest pink I can find and a glitter over it. So I understand my feet are beautiful, but in what way are they sexual? In what way do you want them on your dick? You really want, like, no. What's wrong with you? Why don't you just fuck your wife or your girlfriend? Why don't you just be normal? Like, stop being weird, okay? I'm pretend for while I'm getting paid that ha ha ha, but you're weird. No. Why don't you just have old normal sex and not be weird? I don't know. I've been married 18 years. I have a very good normal sex life. We don't have to watch porn. We don't have to spank each other. There's nothing strange going on. I don't know why you guys are weird. Why is that? Why do you have to have feet brought into the situation? So, meanwhile, I'm on TikTok like this, getting paid. I made $33 on a fucking live stream the other night. Okay, just because the guy wanted to see my feet. And if you ask me to do something on TikTok, the number one rule is I can't. Or they ban me for prostitution because it's taking money. So I literally know that this guy just wants to see my feet, so I just sit there like this. As long as I sit there, he will fucking just donate to me. It's insanity. I've never had... I have had things like this before, but not on the TikTok, okay? What? Who has a beautiful... I have a beautiful ass? Who has a beautiful ass? Heather. Heather thinks I have a beautiful ass. You know why? Because I do. Okay? I know. I have a really good body. And a really good face. Although I have this pimple right now. Don't be mad at the pimple. Look at that. 56 years old and a pimple. Well, it's stress. You know, I haven't had a pimple in probably 5 years. What are you going to do? I'm not into feet either. But I have been a professional foot fetish model. I have been in videos. I have been in magazines. I have been on websites. I had my own montage video that one time when I was buds with Janny said, let me see it. I said, sure. It's on my page. It's private, but let me send it to you. I sent it to him. Like Barbie. So, you know, I was very proud of my foot fetish videos. I had them out there for you guys to see. After I sent it to Janny, I did unprivate it. But Janny asked to see it. I showed it. Did he ever put it on the show, his clips? No. Why do you think that is? Because we were buds back then. But that's not the answer. So why did Janny ask to see my foot fetish video, unprivate it for him, look at it, and not use it as content? Why did he do that, you guys? Why did he do that, you guys? Why did Eugene from Kentucky, living out of his car with his 3 children, want to see my foot fetish video and then didn't use it? Spooge. All over the camera. You tell me. You tell me, chat. Hi, Eugene. Hi, Eugene. Oh, I forgot I'm too old for Eugene. That's right. How old is Eugene again? You want to see my impression of Eugene? It's a good one. That's all. It's just that. Did you hear earlier that he sent someone in who I love and who I know who is chat royalty? I'm not going to say his name, so I don't want him to get involved, but I modded that person today because I love him. But he was sent with a message that Janny and DeepZ want me to unban them from my chat. What do y'all think about that? Because I said that what I thought about that. Do you think they want me to unban them so they can come in here and be my friend and apologize? Is that why they want to be unbanned, Claire? I want to hear specifically from Claire about this. Claire, why did Janny and DeepZ send a minion who is, their friend? He can be their friend because so much so I modded him. I love him. But why do they want to come in my chat? There's 2 reasons. They want to apologize and be my friend, or they want to come make fun of my husband, call me a grave robber, tell me my cancer was fake, and then I took down my page. So, we're going to go with B, and I'm not that stupid. So, nobody will be unbanning anybody. Once you're banned on my page, you're banned on my page, okay? You're not coming back from that. That's not true. That's not true. Shout out to Carhartt Beanie. I banned Carhartt Beanie. And then he came in and was a gentleman and apologized to me. And not only did I unban him, he is a mod in here now. And he's one of my favorite chatters. So shout out to Carhartt Beanie. So that does happen. Yes. Well, you're smart, Claire. When I went into chats, I was the same way. She says, when I go into chats, I don't talk to the person if she doesn't like them. I mean, exactly. But it seems like a lot of people go into chats just to talk to people they hate. And I honestly believe that that's why DeepZ and Janny want to talk to me right now. Look, my email's private. Janny, you were my buddy. DeepZ, you were my buddy. DeepZ, you were my buddy to the point where you called me and cried that day. But you both turned on me hardcore for no reason. And then when you turned on me and I called you out, you fucking dragged my husband through the mud. Then I kept getting doxxed and doxxed and doxxed and doxxed and doxxed and then swatted. So fuck off. On that note, Skippy's back home. He's walking back in. Hi, Skippy. I love you all. Yeah, me either, Claire. Me either, Claire. All right, I'm going to go hang out with my husband. Thank you for the great stream. Thanks for drinking a gummy with me. I have to go clean the stove now. That was completely unhinged. And I have some cleaning to do. So I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.